the bill, offering to include furloughed workers as well.
Add furloughed workers. Say it's a done deal. Is that something you'd accept here today?
This after a push for changes by Maryland Democrat Chris Van Hollen, who responded,
The short answer is we do want to pay all federal employees because none of them should be punished. But we also don't want them to be fired and riffed during this period of time.
The paycheck bill winning some bipartisan support, but falling 6 votes short of the 60 needed to advance the same fate as short-term spending to end the shutdown, which also keeps failing in a fight over talks on health care funding. The east wing of the White House is demolished as plans to build a ballroom move forward.
Once a $200 million build separate from the White House, the ballroom project is now $300 million and will totally replace the East Wing.
Plans changed when the president heard counsel from the architects and the construction company.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says in addition to a 90,000 square foot ballroom, the project is also modernizing the White House.
The president wants to do right by the people's house, and so that's exactly what he's doing. It's going to be, again, like I said, much more stable, strong, secure, and more beautiful than ever once it's complete.
Plans call for the construction to finish before the president's term in January 2029.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The White House not ruling out another meeting between President Trump and Russia's President Putin.
But we want to make sure that there's a tangible, positive outcome out of that meeting and that it's a good use of the president's time.
Leavitt says a possible meeting in Hungary was scrapped because of lack of diplomatic progress on ending the war in Ukraine. Lithuania just accusing Russian planes of violating its airspace. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
You might find that blanket or sweatshirt quite comforting. Sunny skies at the moment, 54 degrees in the Circle City, and all clear on your radar. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 3:02. Central Indiana facing a freeze warning early tomorrow, with temperatures expected to fall to the freezing level or below.
It does look like some outlying rural areas, especially in the Wabash River Valley, could potentially get into the upper 20s as well. So it's going to get very cold out there.
Cody Moore at the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says rain is expected Sunday, and that could continue into early next week, which would bring relief to the ongoing drought. Gasoline taxes in Indiana are set to decrease next month, with the gas use tax rate dropping to 16.7 cents a gallon November 1st. It was at 18 cents prior to that. AAA says the Indiana gas average today is $3.13 a gallon. Indy Metro Police working with a consulting firm on a plan to address trust, transparency, and morale. Ryan Hedrick reports.
Police Chief Chris Bailey describes it as kind of a roadmap.
That's why over the summer we reached out asking what you want. Our cops, our professional staff, and our community answered that call.
Of the 2,200 people that took time to engage, only half those people said they trust Indy cops.
That's the process, right? I mean, that's a continuous effort on our part is to build that trust.
IMPD used nearly $250,000 left over from the 24 budget to bring on a local firm called Taylor Advising. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A woman was found dead earlier this morning in Anderson. Anderson police saying they found the woman's body on the east side of the White River. They say they've been talking to witnesses about what may have happened. It's an NBA Finals rematch with the Indiana Pacers starting their season tonight against the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder. Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle saying Wednesday that playing the Thunder won't be easy, and it never is.
Our guys understand everything. Most of them watched last night's game. It's a team coming in that was great last year. They're great throughout the year. We just got to play.
Thunder are already 1-0 after beating the Houston Rockets Tuesday night. Tonight's game begins at 7:30 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. It's 3:04, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Judy loves her fall in Indy, but she doesn't like the paint, so she called Rhino Shield.
The house that Rhino Shield did for my husband and I, after having the house painted with kind of usual house paint, I was seeing cracks appearing about every 3 years and just wasn't very satisfied with that.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating specifically formulated for our unique climate.
I can't speak highly enough about the Rhino Shield crew. They also were great at working with me to get the exact right color because I was very particular.
Indy, you too can have the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield right now for 15% off the regular price.
I would not hesitate to call Rhino Shield, and I am just thrilled to recommend Rhino Shield to my friends and neighbors and family.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
WIBC traffic at 3:05. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, John, inbound 65, 6-minute delay 21st to Meridian. Northbound 6570 on the east side, slow after East 56 up to 69. Inbound 69 slow, 96 to 465. And eastbound 70 slowing down west to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard the Staples Easy button is back with even more easy? Press it for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Lots of sunshine this afternoon. It'll be pleasant with highs near 58. We do have a freeze warning that goes into place later tonight under clear skies. Temperatures will fall into the low and middle 30s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Sean Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock.
My name is Nigel. Hammer's here. According to a letter obtained by Mirror Indy, Hammer, the Irvington Community Council. Irvington, by the way, not exactly a bastion of conservative values.
No.
They probably don't like us. That's okay, those people in Irvington.
I bet a lot of them voted for Joe Hogsett over there.
Hoity-toity Irvington people. But apparently the Irvington Community Council, they put on that Halloween Fest every year. They've asked Mayor Joe Hogsett not to attend this year, quote, out of respect for sexual assault survivors. Nobody likes you, Joe.
Not even
Nobody.
Irvington. And again, let this sink in. In a festival that's designed on scaring people and having disfigured costumes and everything else, all things Halloween, they drew the line at Joe Hogsett. That's where they said, no. We're playfully scaring people. You're actually scaring people.
Man, it's been nothing but a disaster for Hogsett for... We were both gone when the Indy Star ran that expose. I don't know if you read that or you had just gotten back when the Indy Star had a whole thing on Hogsett and Thomas Carl Cook, his assistant, who on Hogsett's inappropriate behavior, his number two's inappropriate behavior.
A little late to the party, but it's out there.
And I'm getting the feeling that really just kind of nobody likes this guy anymore.
Right. So what's going on behind the scenes with the movers and shakers of the Democrat Party of Indianapolis? Because clearly, I just don't think that the media in the city had the epiphany of, wait a minute, all of a sudden, it's clear Joe Hogsett might not be a good guy. Like, I find that hard to believe they had that come to Jesus moment. So what's driving this? Is it Vop Osley? Is it Ryan Mears? What's going on behind the scenes?
Well, I don't think, look, there's Republicans that have called for his resignation. Michael Paul Hurt, a friend of the show on the Indy City County Council, has said that finally he's asked for his resignation.
Right.
Which kind of adds, I think there's only a couple of Republicans that have. But, socialist Jesse Brown, for example, the first, who paid for it by getting kicked out of caucuses and things like that.
Say what you want about Jesse Brown, but he's spot on about Joe Hogsett. He's no Hogsett fan. There may be a D next to his name. He's a Democrat. He's a socialist Democrat.
There should be an S next to his name.
But he's not afraid to speak the truth about Joe Hogsett. That's not the case about a lot of these other folks. Where are some of these other Democrats on the council? Where's everybody else? And why all of a sudden, after all of the things Joe Hogsett's done, went missing during the riots, was nowhere to be found, the sexual harassment scandal didn't just pop up this past year. This has been going on for a while.
Years.
And now
Multiples.
all of a sudden, places like the Star and new media outlets and Fox 59, they want to do these pieces on Joe. Okay, where was this go get him attitude when he was running for mayor. And all of you had the opportunity to ask him, where were you the night of the riots? Only Wish TV did. Wish TV was the only station in the city that asked Joe right to his face, where were you the night of the riots?
Is it a bigger deal? Interesting question. Is it a bigger deal that the Irvington Community Council says, hey, Joe, stay home. We don't want you in our parade? Is that a bigger deal, like perception-wise, than people in the Indy City County Council who, let's face it, most people in Marion County, I doubt, could name at least one or two counselors calling for his resignation. What do you think? What do you think?
I think because the media has picked up this story, it's become a bigger issue. I think this is bigger than the counselors calling for him to step down. Because Joe could honestly say, hey, that's cute. I'm not stepping down. Bite me. Hawks that out.
No, he doesn't have to step down. No.
And technically, he can show up to this Irvington Halloween festival if he wants to. It's not illegal.
He shows up in like a fake mustache and plastic round glasses like Harry Potter and just kind of moseys along the side of the road.
Full disguise. My name is Jose Hogsetter, and I'm here to take part in festivities.
Jose Hogsetter. I'm here to party. Where's the tequila? I'm Jose Hogsetter.
And you know he'd be hammered drunk. Not a little tipsy, hammered drunk. Well,
no. It's embarrassing, man. It's humiliating, I think, for him.
It should be, but you know what? Does he get embarrassed? He should have been embarrassed when he went missing during the riots. Should have been embarrassed when he fell down and like blacked his eye and they tried to say, oh, he was taking out the trash and fell.
I'm not running from anything. I'm running from something.
Should have been embarrassed about that.
Yeah, that diatribe.
I don't think he gets embarrassed. I don't think there's a bar low enough. Multiple levels bars for Joe Hogsett. I reached out to Joe's office. I was like, listen, why don't you come on? You know, we've had Democrats on. Jesse Brown's been on. We've had James Briggs on before.
Yeah.
Come on, Joe Hogsett. Join us on the show. Never heard back. But I got the next best thing. Here to weigh in on the ban from the Irvington Halloween Festival is AI Joe Hogsett, and I've been told he may have had a few cocktails.
Hey, Irvington, guess what? I don't want to go to your, stupid Halloween festival anyway. That's right. I'm going to throw my own Halloween festival.
Good.
And like me on most nights, it's going to be lit. My festival will have all the chicks that Thomas Carl Cook and I have allegedly harassed passing out candy dressed up like slutty cats.
Good.
Hot and sexy and allegedly harassed chicks dressed like slutty cats.
Right.
Not to be confused with slutty Tony cats like they probably have in Irvington. Also, my festival will have liquor, a lot of liquor. Sweet Jesus, we will have a lot of liquor. We drink so much damn liquor that we may go blind. Or, as I call it, a typical Thursday. Well, I got a bottle of Dark Eyes with my name on it. AI Hogsett out.
AI Joe Hogsett responding to the ban from Irvington.
I quite honestly would rather go to his party than the Irvington Halloween Fest, if you want the honest truth.
Miss Allison, another big story today. Can I get some mood music, please?
You got to know when to hold up. Know when to fold up.
Dude.
And if I'm Chauncey Billups, you should have folded a long time ago, kid. Huge gambling scandal, Nige.
Chauncey Billups is a coach for the Blazers.
Right.
Right. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
NBA Hall of Famer, won a championship with the Pistons, was on that Colorado college team that beat a Bob Knight Hoosier squad in the tournament one year. So he's part of this big, wide gambling investigation that the feds are doing. Now, there's multiple levels to this. There's current players, past players, coaches. So some of the current players are accused of basically point shaving. Gotcha. And what happened is one of the players, Terry Rozier, according to reports, got all of his buddies together, like a big group, and said, hey, bet the under on all of my statistics for tomorrow's game. Bet the under. So all these bets go in for Terry Rozier. And then the game comes along, and I can't remember if he faked an illness, faked, getting hurt, or just went out there and sucked, but all the unders cashed. Yeah. Well, that was kind of a thing that caught the attention of the sports books. Why did we have 120 bets coming in on Terry Rozier's under? So turns out he was getting a cut from all of the money they made. And this was happening with a couple different players. Now, that's different than what Chauncey Billups has been charged with.
That's such a big name in the world of basketball and the NBA, and for him to get caught up in this.
And he seemed like kind of a stand-up dude, right? I guess he was working with multiple members of the mafia on these crooked poker games.
What?
Per the press conference from Kash Patel earlier, multiple mafia families were involved.
Individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families.
Those are some big-time crime families he just rattled off right there.
Like the Gambino crime family is still a thing?
And wow, what blew my mind was later in the press conference, they talked about how rigged these backroom poker games with Chauncey Billups were.
This is separate from like the point shaving stuff,
right?
With the NBA player, right?
Right. Rozier and Damon Jones were doing like stuff on the court and point shaving.
Whoa.
But Chauncey Billups was working with the mob on these crooked ass backroom, like rounders, Teddy KGB style poker games.
Pay that man his money.
They were talking about how they had x-ray machines built into the tables to read face down cards, crooked shuffling machines, contact lenses and glasses that could read pre-marked cards, secret cameras in card trays. So what was happening was Chauncey was working with the mob guys and all these crooked things that they were doing in the poker game. They were luring in people. Hey, how would you like to play poker with Chauncey Billups in the bag? People were paying $10,000. I'm in. No and it was all crooked, and he was in on it, allegedly. So that is some next level James Bond kind of stuff with the technology. Like the technology is the thing that blew my mind on this.
Well, Casino, the movie Casino. Remember those guys that had like, I don't know, the guy had the contraption in his shorts and he could see the adjacent table's cards because the dealer was weak, and he could signal to the player at that table,
right,
electronically what that guy was holding.
Yes.
Is this the kind of technology you're talking about? That was rudimentary. That was portrayed back in the 70s.
So they would have contact lenses on that in essence would act like a black light, and these cards had like markings on them to where you could see stuff. I mean, this is kind of like in Austin Powers when number 2's playing blackjack and he can see through. Like, this is what we're dealing with here. And
who holds on a 5? Was it Austin Powers that holds on a 5?
He also likes to live dangerously.
Sir, I strongly suggest that you hit. I also like to live dangerously.
Before we go to Matt Baer here, the NBA has already put out a public service announcement that they want aired on all broadcast outlets. Would you like to hear it?
Sure, yeah.
The NBA is very concerned about the multiple arrests made as a result of the FBI's sports gambling code.
And right now, you can get a 30% profit boost on an NBA parlay by going to DraftKings. Just enter the promo code Multiple Arrests. That's Multiple Arrests. DraftKings, the official gambling partner of the NBA.
It's going to be hard to get those live reads in for the broadcast partners tonight. DraftKings, the official NBA betting partner. By the way, there's breaking news.
I don't think I want to bet on the NBA anymore.
Oh, I'm betting tonight.
Okay.
I'm betting tonight. The Pacers got their opener, man. I'm not going to just sit it out.
Right.
What do you want me to do? Walk to California? What do you want me to do? Sit it out? Matt Bear.
All right, southbound 65 stop and go 21st to Meridian. And then eastbound 70 delayed 3 minutes from Harding into the south split. East side, southbound 465 slow roll off 72 south at Shadeland Avenue. Inbound 69 slow 96 to 465. Traffic sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the looks offer under $30 with new arrivals every day. You never know what you'll find. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
54 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
The deals are happening at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. That's where you get your next Ford car, truck, electric vehicle, or fleet vehicle. More savings, more selection, and more for your trade. Drive off in a new Ford F-150 for 3.9% APR or lease for $401 a month. It's your choice. You can get a new Bronco Sport for just $381 a month. Get more before it's gone. And routine maintenance plans are available to keep things simple and convenient. And don't forget, get more to your door. Just shop online, and Andy Moore will deliver directly to you. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. For your car, for your truck, for your fleet vehicle, and of course, that service. Just go to AndyMooreFord.com, set up your service, they'll pick up your car, take perfect care of it, and bring it right back to you. Andy Moore Ford, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield. Stop into the showroom and tell them Tony Cat sent you. Or online at AndyMooreFord.com. That's Andy Moore, M-O-H-R. I love Andy. AndyMooreFord.com.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Of all the times to buy new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
Truck drivers, the holiday rush is here. Take advantage by becoming a Schneider driver. By driving for one of America's busiest carriers, you'll stay busy during the holiday season and throughout the new year. Plus, as a Schneider driver, you'll have access to top quality driver support and newer equipment spec'd with the latest safety and comfort features that drivers want. Don't wait. Get a jump on 2026 by exploring jobs in your area today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
to lose sight of the importance of saving for the future. The National Foundation for Credit Counseling wants you to know there are simple steps to set aside dollars each month. The most important is reviewing all your monthly expenses and establishing a household budget. Need help getting started? Speak with a certified credit counselor who can help map out a plan for you. Call the NFCC at 800-388-2227. This has been a public service message from the NFCC.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
A musician who's played too many weddings to count. I feel like you might be able to identify with this a little bit, Hammer. He's played too many weddings to count. He's posted his impression of every maid of honor speech ever made. He nails it. Here you go. Allison.
Come on, Allison.
Come on. I'm gonna need
Did
to
the scream monster get to you? Is that what it is?
I'm gonna need to reset the bit.
Webster's Dictionary defines love as, I promised myself that I wouldn't cry, but Caitlin and I have been through so much together. Spending the summers playing with Barbies at my dad's beach mansion to fighting over Dylan and Blake during middle school. We have literally been through thick and thin. I'll never forget the time at brunch where you said you were gonna get one pitcher of mimosas, but you ended up getting two. Caitlin, I'll never forget that. I just want to end with a Chinese proverb, live the laugh you love, or you'll never love the laugh you live.
That's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate.
That's every maid of honor speech ever recited at a wedding. And you know this because you once dabbled in the world of wedding DJ.
Oh, man, I've DJ'd hundreds
industry.
of weddings, and what I noticed a lot was there's always a bridesmaid. Usually it's the maid of honor, matron of honor. They're so salty that the day is not about them. They use the speech as their chance to almost filibuster. Like, they go on for like 10 minutes, and like even grandma sitting in the front row giving you the wrap it up symbol, and she's got her phone and she's got the note cards. I'm like, just get on with it. It's the worst. Now, on the other side, you've got the rowdy frat bro best man. So he doesn't know that it's probably inappropriate to talk about all the chicks that they've plowed back in the day while grandma and grandpa are still sitting in the front row waiting on the prime rib.
Yeah.
So those are the two things you see the most. Bridesmaid that wants the day to be about her, and the frat bro that doesn't know when to tone it down just a little bit. But boy, some of those speeches were long. I remember DJing a friend's wedding who works here, and Abdul was in the crowd.
I know which one you're talking about.
And at one point, I get a text, and I look down, and it's from Abdul. Do you have the music from the Oscars, the Wrap It Up music?
If you could have played her off, that would have been appropriate.
Hearing the orchestra kick in. Man, it's opening night for the Indiana Pacers, and let's get this thing rolling tonight. Let's get this thing rolling. Eddie White of the Pacers will join us in studio next. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name. And the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
So you want a new coating on your garage floor, but you don't want to mess around with epoxy. That's where Galaxy Concrete Coatings comes in. My Galaxy Concrete garage floor coating is out of this world, and they did not use epoxy. That's the old standard the other guys use. What they use, what Galaxy uses is much better. It's polyurea. It's the new premium standard for coatings, and it's 4 times as strong. They got it done in as little as a day. Easy to clean, color won't fade. It looks beautiful. Check them out, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, or call them 751-9070.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $200 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $200 more. See store for details.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Gambling trouble in the NBA. Mostly sunny and 54 degrees in the Circle City, and 36 is the low tonight. I'm John Herrick. This report is brought to you by Guardian Wells Financial. Here's what's trending at 3:31. It's brought an investigation by the FBI. And FBI Director Kash Patel explained the scope of it this morning.
This is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing.
Portland Trailblazer head coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former Cleveland Cavaliers coach Damon Jones have all been arrested.
The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across this country.
Patel says this all could tie into members of crime families, and Rozier's attorney says his arrest is just a photo op for the FBI. The Senate once again failed to advance a bill to extend government funding for the 12th time, which means
federal workers on the job will not get paychecks anytime soon. Wisconsin Republican Ron Johnson wrote the bill. Maryland Democrat Chris Van Hollen demanded changes.
But would you take my bill, add furloughed workers, say it's a done deal? Is that something you'd accept here today?
I'm happy to, if you're yielding the floor to me.
Yes.
The short answer is we do want to pay all federal employees because none of them should be punished. But we also don't want them to be fired and riffed during this period of time.
The vote 54-45, but they needed 60 yeas.
That's Fox's Chad Pergram. Several Democrats have crossed over to support a House-passed bill that would fund the government through November 21st. Public trust in the Indianapolis police is low, according to a draft plan shared today by IMPD Chief Chris Bailey.
That's the process, right? I mean, that's a continuous effort on our part is to build that trust. We know that it's been completely shaken since 2020. And as we build things up, then something happens, whether it's nationally or locally.
Officers say they take pride in protecting and serving, but they get frustrated when repeat offenders end up back on the streets. He says they're drafting a 5-year plan, which you can read more about at WIBC.com. Bird flu popping up in Indiana, with the most recent report coming from a commercial egg-laying facility in LaGrange County. That impacts more than 19,000 birds. It's also the 6th case reported in either LaGrange or Elkhart County in the past week. And the actor Johnny Depp is planning a return to the big screen as he is in final talks to star in Ebenezer, A Christmas Carol, starring in the adaptation of the Charles Dickens classic holiday story for Paramount Pictures. This will also be his biggest role since his defamation lawsuit with his ex-wife, Amber Heard. It's 3:34, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Picture this. Your career ends, your paycheck stops. Suddenly you're conducting your retirement with no sheet music. Don't let that happen. I'm Jason Hutchins, and after years of guiding Hoosier families through retirement planning, I put together some of the most important lessons into one simple, easy-to-read book, Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan.
Get a copy mailed to you at no cost. Call 317-6600929. That's 317-6600929. This book is packed with real-world stories and strategies on income, Social Security, taxes, and how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Call Guardian Willis Financial at 317-6600929. That's 6600929 and ask for your copy. No pressure, no strings attached. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. Orchestrate your retirement. The rhythm of your future starts here.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wealth Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
With traffic at 335, here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, John, bad crash on the south side. This is Arlington Avenue north of the Southport Road intersection. 3 vehicles involved, a truck on its side. Somebody's trapped inside of that truck, and medical personnel are now on scene. Emergency crews are there. I would avoid Arlington Avenue to the north of Southport Road, definitely. Also on the south side, crash. Epler Avenue at State Road 135. Inbound 65 slows west to the north split. Southbound 65 70 jam. Michigan Street to the south split. Eastbound 73 minute delay Hardingen to the south split. Northeast side inbound 69 slows 96 to 465. Northbound 465 slow after East 56 up to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Drexel Interiors has teamed up with Mohawk for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A portion of October's Mohawk sales will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Visit either showroom or DrexelIN.com today. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Your American Standard Heating Weather Center forecast.
Freeze warning for tonight. Clear skies, calm winds will allow temperatures likely to fall below freezing in many spots. Partly cloudy and warmer for your Friday with highs near 60. I'm Wish TV Storm Tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
1, 2, 3, let's go! You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Let's go. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
It's opening nights for your Indiana Pacers. A home game tonight against OKC.
Oh.
Eddie White of the Pacers joins us.
World's best damn post-game show. The world's. Notice I made the mistake of saying America's best post-game show.
Yeah, we're global.
The last time I talked to you, but
we've gone global.
Yeah,
right.
You guys look great. You guys look like you guys look really good in the bucket hats.
Look at the bucket hat. Nigel just got one on the YouTube cam here.
You know, my nickname growing up was Bucket Head from my dad, so this only is a natural fit.
These bad boys will be passed out to some fans tonight. Is that right?
Yes, sir. The game starts at 7:30, a half hour later than usual. Doors open at 6:30, but the first 5,000 people in the doors will get one of those Pacers bucket hats. And you guys do look good in those.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Eddie.
buddy.
Eddie, we were talking before we came on the air here. I'm not over the NBA Finals yet. Like, I'm still bitter. I'm still angry. I feel like one of these guys that's had a girl break his heart, and I look at the picture of her every single day, and instead of it being a hot chick, it's Therese Halliburton laying on the ground holding his Achilles. I feel like the basketball gods did us dirty, and I'm not over it yet. Is that okay?
It is okay. I mean, it's... You know, we were up at the half, so we were basically 24 minutes away from an NBA championship in Indianapolis. But I was driving down there this morning, and I couldn't help but think of that song, The Dance, by Garth Brooks, where he says, I could have missed the pain, but then I would have had to miss the dance. I think we all would have agreed that dance that team gave us, just a postseason run, those 2 months of, you know, you see the moments, you hear Boyle's call, and you forget what game was that? What series was that? Cleveland? Was that New York? Was that Milwaukee? No, was that Oklahoma City? There were so many magical moments during that run that dance, at the end of the day, was probably worth the pain, even though the pain is still there. It was remarkable. I think that's why we do what we do, and that's why we love sports, because they give us. And I don't know if we'll ever have magic like that. But then again, the Fever turn around and have a remarkable season with all their players getting hurts, and then this remarkable start that the Colts are off to. So Purdue's great. Indiana football's number 2 in the world. I mean, holy smokes! I mean, these are good days. These are good days.
They are good days. There was something about that team and the way they came out in that Game 7. Halliburton was on it. He was dialed in. the way he was playing, there was no doubt the Pacers were not going to win that game. And then he goes down with the injury, man. And I'm not over it yet.
Come on, man. Move on.
This will make you sick. Kevin Pritchard tells a story that he never really talked to Halliburton like the morning of a game. But that's Game 7. This is for all the marbles. Saw him at the hotel, and he said, well, Ty, how you doing? And Halliburton looked at him and said, we got this. And he said, I was nervous the night before. I was nervous all morning. When he said that, it hit me. We're going to win the World Championship. We're going to win the NBA championship. I just knew it. So there's a lot of people that agree with you 100%. The way he started, if it could have gone the whole way, we're sitting here getting rings tonight instead of bucket hats.
But let's not concentrate on the past right now. Big game tonight, right?
Yes, sir. 7:30, and it's Oklahoma City.
Of course.
I don't know about you guys.
I
I'm
know.
so sick of these guys.
Again?
Chad
With these
Buchanan
guys?
said, we played them our last 7 games last year. Then we played them in the summer league, which you don't play everybody in the summer league. Then who the heck did we play in the preseason here? Oklahoma City. I mean, I'm sick. Aren't they in the other conference? Like, why do we have to see these guys every other day? But let's play them. And somebody said this is revenge. No, listen, we may win tonight. It's still not revenge for last year.
I'd rather have the Game 7 than tonight. I got to be honest.
Yeah. So am I. But it is going to be interesting to see. We were talking before I came in. It's who's going to step up. Who's going to fill the gap for Miles Turner and for Tyrese Halliburton when it comes to points, rebounds, assists, leadership? You lose 5 in a row. Who's going to be that voice? Who's going to be that leader on the court and also in the locker room? So I think there's a lot to look forward to. A lot of intrigue.
Is the Furphy kid that had that posterized that guy in the preseason?
Oh, that look.
Is he gonna see much action? I've never seen it. That was unbelievable because Furphy, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, the young kid out of Kansas.
Out of Kansas, this is second year, right?
Yep.
He goes up and just posterizes this guy in the preseason, and I loved it because he looked over to the bench because he wanted to see Tyrese and the boys that make sure that he knew what happened.
He's had a couple of those. That famous one in the Summer League where the face of the guy looks like a Martian.
Right.
I mean,
It looked like an exorcism.
I think you'll see increased minutes from him.
Yeah.
And, it's going to see Nembhard now, in a different type role. And then Mathurin. I mean, this is it. Mathurin, maybe we will see what we think.
Contract year, Benedict Mathurin.
Exactly. Neesmith is solid. And then this rotating centers. Replacing Miles by committee. Very similar to what I remember the famous scene in Moneyball when the manager and those guys are losing their mind because they lost Giambi.
Yes.
Right.
And Brad Pitt looks at his assistant and says, what are the combined stats of the 3 guys we have at AAA playing first base? And he reads it and he goes, those are better than Giambi's. We'll replace Giambi by committee. And I think that's what we'll see with the center position.
Got a few injuries with the Pacers. TJ McConnell's out for the first 10 to 12 games, I believe. So already your starting point guard is probably out for the year.
Mm-hmm.
TJ is out for the first 10 to 12 games. So Nembhard, pressure's on, kid.
Pressure's on. But remember where we were 10, 15, 20 games into last year?
Yeah.
None of us would have thought this team was going to the NBA Finals. I think we're all questioning, hey, can they get to the playoffs? Can they maybe play a play-in? It's 80-some games, and Slick always said, you get to 40 games, and then you got an idea of what your team looks like. And this is going to be a really interesting year to see what we look like after 40 games.
You bring up Slick. Will Nancy Leonard, his beloved better half who passed away recently, be honored in some way?
Yes, there's going to have a special ceremony tonight pregame for both obviously the Eastern Conference Championship, but also Nancy Leonard. And you mentioned earlier the Garth Brooks song about the dance, and I was referring to that postseason run that we had. But imagine the dance that we have had here in Indianapolis. Because every great thing has to have an idea. There has to be one brick to the foundation that goes in first. It was her idea to have that telethon. It was the city and everybody that rallied around her to make the telethon successful, to allow the team to stay here, to then join the NBA, to then be a big enough city with money and smart people to bring the Colts here, then the NCAA, Final Four, Super Bowl, All-Star games, all these other events. None of that happens if that lady doesn't have the idea to have a telethon. And she's, and then what a dance that idea gave us all for all these years, regardless of what team you root for in Central Indiana. So she will be missed, and she was just a fantastic lady. Wonderful.
Are tickets available, or is tonight a sold-out one?
There's a couple. I mean, obviously, when you go to the finals, there's tremendous interest. I'd heard our lower bowl and club level are almost sold out. There's a couple packages. They hold them for some that might want season tickets. Some packages are sold out. I just go to the Pacers.com/tickets, and all the information is there. And, of course, if you can't go to the game, you can watch it with Quinn and Chris will be back. I think it's Chris's 20th year with the broadcast.
Really?
And, of course, Mark Boyle, 38 years as the radio voice of the Pacers right here on the Fan.
Crosstalk you guys do on the post-game show is fantastic. I love just listening to you guys because, one, it's rarely about basketball, and two, it's hilarious.
We're like you guys. We're like you guys. Because you guys, it's like the beauty of your show is it's like I'm sitting at a table across from you. I'm not with you guys, and I'm just eavesdropping on these two characters who are, one, funny, but they're saying some really interesting things. It's like I'm just going to listen. I remember Bob from Bob and Tom when Kravitz and I had the show. Called me one time. He said, the best radio is not heard, it's overheard. And he goes, that's why I enjoy your show.
That's interesting.
The one that Kravitz and I had. I'm like, that's from him, that's a pretty good compliment. And so Boyle and I do that. And then some guy just told me this afternoon at the Pacers that they're going to capture that and put it up on the webpage, just the Boyle and Me segment over at Pacers.com.
Oh, that's great.
Good.
So, I mean, I guess that's good.
That is.
But it's like, oh, my God, is public record of some of the – because some of the stuff we say is a little – when I took him to task for like –
Right.
When I took the – really, I didn't take Boyle.
The last thing you need is the feds to get involved in the NBA.
They got enough going. But I'm not touching that one. But when I took the Shepherds and the Kings to task – for giving baby Jesus the gold and the frankincense and the myrrh.
Yeah.
The kid needed a blanket. I mean, he was freezing to death. He's in the swaddling clothes. You couldn't give him a stuffed animal. They give him, what is a kid going to,
I hadn't heard that.
They say for Christ's sake. For his sake, him, Christ, that guy, his sake. You give him gold, you give him the frankincense and the myrrh. He needs a blanket and maybe a toothy or whatever they call it, and maybe a stuffed giraffe or something. What the heck?
A blanket and a stuffed giraffe. That's how the first Christmas was celebrated.
Yeah, well, that's how we do it. Yeah.
Eddie White of the Pacers with us. Before
it.
we let you go, Eddie, somebody in our YouTube chat says Eddie does the best Trump impression.
There's great openers, lots of openers, can openers, lots of openers. I love opener, love the can opener, unbelievable opener. But tonight, Cambridge, Fieldhouse, Indian. I love the paper in India. I love the paper. Well, not one or two I don't like, there. But I love Indianapolis. I love the Pacers. Are number one. They should have won. Halliburton, Hallie, they call him Hallie. I like the Halle Berry. Like Halle Berry, I like the Halliburton. Halle Berry, I like the Halles. I love a lot of Halles. But tonight, grand opening tonight, Cambridge. I won't be there. I gotta build the White House. Gotta build it up. But it's gonna be unbelievable. The Pacers and the OKCs. It's gonna be okay. Go Pacers. Boom, baby. I love the boom.
Oh,
there
wonderful.
it is.
That's amazing.
On demand, baby. Eddie White of the Pacers, thank you so much for coming in.
That was great.
Appreciate the bucket hats, and let's get a dub tonight.
Boom, baby. Let's have a nice long season again. Do this next June.
Let's do it. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, October 25th. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts.
Well, I know who I'm calling next time I need work on the old HVAC. How about Jim's Heating and Air Conditioning? So if you live in Boone County like I do, or Hamilton County, if you haven't had a good experience with your HVAC contractor and want to experience a 5-star rated dealer, American Standard dealer, call Jim's Heating and Air. They're a platinum customer care dealer in Frankfort, and they're now serving Boone and Hamilton County. See what great service and quality is all about.
Call and ask for Jim Scott for high-quality American Standard equipment and high-quality customer service right to your home. Jim's Heating and Air, 765-601-1461, or visit jimsheating-air.com. That's jimsheating-air.com. Boone and Hamilton County, stand up, baby. Jim's Heating and Air, ready to help you out. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Indiana can count on.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement rings to life every day in our jeweler's workshop. When I hand set your diamond into your ring, I think about creating a piece you'll wear for a lifetime. I pay attention to the smallest details and treat every ring with the same care and craftsmanship, no matter the size or price. Come check us out at your nearby store. Our engagement rings are made with love from our hands to yours, because a friend knows your love deserves the highest quality. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Groceries, gas, just about everything you can buy comes with a tax on it. No matter what, the government's always there to take their cut of your cash. Your money belongs to you. That's why Congressman Jim Baird joined with President Donald Trump to pass historic legislation to ensure you keep more of your hard-earned cash. According to the White House, Congressman Baird's vote means Americans will receive a tax cut, saving over $10,000 every year. They'll get no taxes on tips for workers, and families will receive permanent increases to child tax credits and expanded child care access. That means bigger paychecks, a stronger economy, and more prosperity across our nation. To learn more about how President Trump and Congressman Jim Baird are saving American families money and putting money in your wallet, call Congressman Baird's office at 317-563-5567 or visit baird.house.gov.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Are you ready to put joint pain behind you and get to a place where persistent pain doesn't control your life? The dedicated orthopedic experts at Community Health Network are here to turn those goals into a reality. With personalized treatment options that include robotic-assisted surgery, we'll help you feel your best so you can get back to enjoying your hobbies again. Learn more about your care options at ecommunity.com/ortho. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Of all the times to buy new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun, brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Drexel Interiors has teamed up with Mohawk for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A portion of October's Mohawk sales will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Visit either showroom or drexelin.com today.
Forget digging through clutter to find what matters. The WIBC Daily Newsletter puts the biggest local stories and exclusive show moments in your inbox and lets you skip the scroll. Sign up by clicking Connect at WIBC.com.
Matt Bear has a look at the roads.
All right, Hammer, bad crash on the south side. This is Arlington Avenue to the north of the Southport Road intersection. 3 cars involved, a truck on its side, and southbound Arlington Avenue is closed right now at Shelbyville Road, so it's definitely a spot to avoid. Another crash on the south side, Epler Avenue at State Road 135. Eastbound 70, 4-minute delay, Belmont to the south split. 5-minute delay on southbound 65, 70 north split to the south split. Inbound 65, a little bit slow round west into the north split. East side, southbound 465, stop and go traffic from 70 to 74. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with a qualifying purchase of new carpeting or luxury vinyl through November 15th. Go to drexelin.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now we got sunshine 54 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
You set him up and I'll knock him back, Lloyd. 1 by 1.
We are gonna read Booze News, cause it's really fun.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
Nigel presents Booze News, Booze News. Yeah. Time for Booze News.
Okay, real quick, I just wanted to let everybody know that Sam Adams has released this year's barrel-aged, they call it extreme beer.
Extreme!
It's called Utopia. I've actually had this before, but it reached a milestone when this brewer, it has 30% alcohol.
I'm sorry, what?
30% alcohol.
Beer?
Previous Utopias have ranged from 24 to 28%. Somebody's been working their butt off at Sam Adams. It took 14 releases to reach 30%. It comes in like this handcrafted ceramic bottle that looks like a cauldron or something like that.
I like a good bubbling cauldron.
And it costs $240. A buddy of my buddy Augie bought me a bottle of this a couple of years ago, but it wasn't at 30% yet. It was between 24 and 28%. You can't sit there and just drink this like you just got done mowing the lawn and you're drinking a Miller Lite. This is 30%.
That's a powerful drink, which take a listen to their new commercial now. It makes sense.
I'll have water too, but with lemon.
I'll have a Sam Adams.
It's 9:30 in the morning. And don't you have an outstanding DUI?
Yeah, but I gotta get the taste of weed and hooker spit out of my mouth.
I'll have a Sam Adams too. Samuel Adams. Always a good decision.
Always a good decision. Top stories next.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Hammer here for my friends at Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing. It's right there by the Green Bridge. And listen, I know we got to get through Halloween first, but it's almost holiday season. Guys, if you want to get that home run gift, you got to stop by Diamonds Direct. The biggest selection and the lowest prices. Get that head start. Get in there, talk to one of the amazing staff members about layaway plans and ways you can get the biggest bang for your buck. And the staff, they are specifically trained to stay within your budget. There's no pressure to spend more than you already have. Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing. Guys, if you're thinking about popping the question this upcoming holiday season, do a little shopping right now at Diamonds Direct. Walk through those doors of that beautiful showroom, speak to any one of the sales reps, but tell them Hammer from Hammer and Nigel Show sent you.
So with all the choices of where you could buy your furniture and mattresses, here's why you should purchase your new Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers or Flex Steel Furniture, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy or Stearns and Foster mattresses, or Berlin Gardens and Pollywood outdoor furniture from Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Unmatched customer service during and after the sale. Have a service issue, they're just one call away. They deliver and set up for free if you live within 75 miles of their store in Columbus. Saves you hundreds. Family owned, worth the very short drive. ThompsonFurniture.net.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine by getting your nose and throat working with our unique Advent approach that you won't find elsewhere.
AdventNose.com. 30 to 50% off all container trees and shrubs at Sundown Gardens in Westfield, 186th Street and Spring Mill Road, sundowngardens.com.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Ultra, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Ultra helps Mike fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs, so he can wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Of all the times to buy new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $200 off?
Yep.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $200 more. See store for details.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, police in Indianapolis say they have a plan for the future. You'll hear about what's in that plan, plus what's kept police in Anderson busy today. Those stories and more after Fox News on 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, it's 4 o'clock.
The San Francisco surge is off. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump says he stopped a planned federal deployment to San Francisco after calls from several business leaders, including NVIDIA's CEO.
And they said, we're working really, really hard with the mayor. We're making progress.
So he's holding off on that surge, but still defending a crime crackdown, including on drug cartels, holding a law enforcement roundtable right now at the White House. An NBA Hall of Famer due in court later this hour, the Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups, one of more than 30 people charged in 2 federal indictments. Billups accused of being part of rigged poker games involving organized crime families.
Defendants, including members of the mafia, are accused of using a fixed shuffling machine that would identify the hands at the table and communicate that information to a so-called quarterback who would then signal to the cheating players at the table.
Fox's Nate Foy. The other indictment accuses defendants of illegal sports betting, including Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier.
He's accused of faking an injury so that he and his co-defendants, including his childhood friend, could profit off of prop bets based on his performance.
The allegations date back 6 years. The NBA says it's reviewing the indictments and putting Billups and Rozier on leave. New York City Mayor Eric Adams just endorsing former Governor Andrew Cuomo, who's running as an independent for mayor, weeks after Adams ended his own independent run after losing the Democratic primary to Zoran Mamdani.
Am I angry that I'm not the one taking down Zoran, the socialist and the communist? You're darn right I am. But you know what? The city means more to me than anything.
Mamdani calls the announcement
an illustration for New Yorkers of the fact that Eric Adams' record is Andrew Cuomo's agenda.
Cuomo and Republican Curtis Sliwa still trailing Mamdani in the polls. On Wall Street, a partial rebound. The Dow up 144 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's supposed to affect what you see on the ground and in the sky. Right now, mostly sunny, 54 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 4:02. A frosty start is expected across Indiana this weekend. Forecaster Cody Moore at the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says the weather pattern, though, will change after Saturday.
Sunday, clouds start to move in and rain chances increase, especially Sunday evening for much of central and south central Indiana. Rain's going to be pushed up from the south. And Sunday starts our stretch of active weather because there's a chance of rain each day.
Moore says rain chances will continue through at least Tuesday. Indianapolis police officers calling for a new facility and better equipment, one of the main takeaways from the first phase of their 5-year strategic plan focused on improving public safety and guiding department operations.
That's what we're going to try to do, is put together a multi-year plan that deals specifically with infrastructure and equipment of facilities specifically, because we hear that often from our officers and professional staff.
At a press conference today, IMPD Chief Chris Bailey said about 1,200 officers took the survey. Many people still do not fully trust the police, and he hopes the results and changes will help that. Gas prices have gone back up lately. AAA saying the Indiana gas average is now $3.13 a gallon, which is 23 cents higher than this time last week and 3 cents higher than this time last month. A woman was found dead earlier this morning in Anderson. Major Caleb McKnight with Anderson Police says they were called to the east side of the White River, and that's where they found the woman's body.
They quickly were able to secure the scene. Naturally, we called our Criminal Investigations Division out, along with the Madison County Coroner's Office.
McKnight says an autopsy will be done next to figure out the cause and manner of death. In Noblesville, there's a new space dedicated to managing community crisis and emergency behavioral health needs. Johnette Cruz with that story.
Hamilton County has celebrated the opening
of the new Rely Center in Noblesville, marking a unified commitment to tackle the root causes of behavioral health issues.
Just because you're incarcerated may stop the crisis, but it will not stop the underlying problem or the underlying issues. And that's what we're trying to get to, is so that we really have a community that's looking out for people, that we can move on with their lives.
That's Hamilton County Councilor Steve Nation. The $3.5 million center is now open on the Aspire, Indiana Health Campus, providing both immediate stabilization and long-term wraparound services for residents. Jeanette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
News time, 4:04, your traffic and weather next.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $289 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, 249 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, zero security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter, expires 11/2.
WIBC traffic, here's Matt Bear.
South side crash. It's Arlington Avenue to the north of Southport Road, and this is a bad deal for traffic. Right now, southbound Arlington Avenue is closed to Shelbyville Road, and eastbound Southport Road backed up before the Arlington Avenue interchange, and then some. Actually stopped over to Combs Road right now. So you have a closure on southbound Arlington and Shelbyville Road because of this crash. We have 3 vehicles involved, a truck on its side, and somebody was trapped inside of that truck. Looking at northbound 65, stop and go traffic, Raymond Street up to the south split. That's construction. Southbound 65-70, delayed 6 minutes from the north split to the south split because of the construction. Eastbound 70 slows, Belmont to Meridian, Illinois. Inbound 65, stop and go traffic from 29th to Meridian, a 4-minute delay. East side, southbound 465, stop and go traffic from 72 South Shadeland Avenue. Traffic sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Eli Manning reminds you there's nothing like football in King's Hawaiian Sliders. King's Hawaiian Sliders make you a winner on game day. Pick them up this weekend at the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Freeze warnings will be in effect from 2 to 9 a.m. Friday morning as low temperatures fall into the low 30s. So after a cold start to Friday, we'll launch to a mostly sunny day with high temperatures in the upper 50s by Friday afternoon. How much TV Star Trek ABD meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
The Hammer. Tell me what you make of this. Former Indiana Governor Mitch Daniels asking lawmakers to, quote, do the right thing and reject the redistricting push. You and I think, have a little bit of a different opinion than like Rob Kendall and some of the other people on this. Well, I don't know. Rob is like coming from a place of, you don't do this, all right? Things are fine. This is politics, And I'm coming from a place where, no, hell, screw it. Let's get as many seats as possible.
I'm a counter puncher by nature. That's how I am. If you kick me in the crotch, I want to kick you in the crotch.
Yes.
And this kind of thing has been happening in other states. So you have to ask yourself, do you want to fight back, or do you want to sit there and look noble? Sit there and look right in knowing you've done the right thing. I want to win. Now, Rob does make a great point. You're under the impression that you're going to get a good Republican if you do this, which is not a guarantee. There's not a lot of good Republicans right now. The problem with Indiana as a state is that there are too many squish, weak-ass Republicans. And honestly, as a guy that votes on the right most of the time, a weak Republican is way worse than a radical Democrat. Because at least with a radical Democrat, you know what you're in for. You know what you're getting. With a weak, squish Republican, you're just setting yourself up to be let down. And I understand that argument, but Illinois has been doing this for a while. California's been doing this for a while. I'm a counterpuncher. Fight back. And we're starting to hear that some folks in Washington and some movers and shakers in the conservative movement, like the kid in Pennsylvania, Scott Pressler, who's famous for going door to door and campaigning for conservative causes, starting to look at Indiana, specifically the leadership in the Senate, in Rod Bray, and say, now, wait a minute here. You guys got R's next to your name, but you pass a lot of taxes. You didn't get property tax through, and now you're against the changing of the congressional maps. Are you sure there's an R next to your name? Be a shame if you got primaried. And we'll talk to Rob about this a little bit later on.
Yeah. Well, Bray, I mean, it's going to be 2028 before he...
Right. He just won.
He is in the action. But I'm with you, counterpunching, and I like what North Carolina did. North Carolina is doing what we should be doing here in Indiana, or at least that's what some people think.
Right. They have changed the congressional map. It wasn't a radical change. It didn't pick up like 9 or 10 seats or anything like that.
Would it be a radical change in Indiana if that happened, if we picked up 2 more seats?
1 or 2 would be the max, because already it's pretty red already. But Mervan and Andre Carson would be the ones that would be sweating this out. And if you're telling me...
Boy, Andre Carson might have to do some actual work.
If you're asking me, like, would you be okay if Andre Carson lost his gig? My answer would be yes. Yes, I would. I'm not optimistic I'm going to get anybody in his place that would do any better, even if there's an R next to their name. Because like we said, there's a lot of weak, just squish-ass Republicans. But it's worth a try.
Jefferson Street.
Exactly. Hey, do you want to hear something that sucks?
I'm already listening to the show.
You got your headphones on, don't you?
I've got my headphones on here.
Allison, would you like to hear something that sucks?
Well, I have my headphones on already. Hey-o.
Jeff Daniels.
Oh, boy.
From Dumb and Dumber fame, actor. He was so upset.
What was his character? Was it Lloyd, or was it... what was his name?
Was it Harry? I think he was Harry. Lloyd Christmas was Jim Carrey, and his role was Harry, was Lloyd.
He had a really bad case of diarrhea.
The world-famous pooping scene. I've got that poster framed like, as a picture up in my office. I'll go back to my office here in a minute, and I'll post that on Twitter. But he was so upset at the AI video that Trump made of him dropping what appears to be poop on Democrats like Harry Sisson and some of these other folks.
Get more specific. It was after the No Kings rally. It's Trump putting on a crown, getting into like an F-16 fighter jet, and then flying over these No King protests. He opens the cargo doors, and just poop goes everywhere.
And you see well-known Democrats on the receiving end.
Yes.
And it's a complete AI video. You can tell it's AI.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well,
it's hilarious.
Jeff Daniels was sickened by it. Sickened, I say, to the point to where he went on MSNBC with Nicole Wallace, brought his guitar, and played a little ditty that helps him cope.
This is a song I wrote called Crazy World, which is how I cope.
No.
Okay, let's hear it.
I've seen a young girl smiling.
God.
It's something he just said. I watched him fall into her pretty green eyes. His cheeks turned Valentine red. I've seen an old man walking.
I told you it sucks.
With his wife by his side.
This is on live TV?
Yes.
I watched him reach down, take her hand. Damned if I didn't cry. This crazy world's gone crazy. Who am I to judge?
This is awful.
It's nice to know in a world full of hate, There's someone out there still making love.
Nicole Wallace just took her bra off, by the way. Kind of just snapped it off with one hand, made eye contact with Jeff Daniels. They started a little fire.
So what is that, like some sort of protest song like Joan Baez and Bob Dylan back in the 60s? Some sort of, No Kings inspired protest song?
Imagine watching a video where Harry Sisson gets fake poop on his head and deciding, I'm going to go on national TV and try to turn on Nicole Wallace. Of all people, Nicole Wallace.
I mean, I watched that thing and I was like, oh my God. like he actually brought his guitar on the set.
What if Nicole Wallace would have been like, no, that's okay. I appreciate it, but we're good.
She wouldn't have, though. She would have taken her bra off. She wanted to.
My favorite thing Nicole Wallace ever said was when Trump was elected again, her biggest concern was there might not be a White House Correspondents' Dinner this year. There might not be a White House Correspondents' Dinner.
That would have been a shame.
Oh, my God. Might as well just kill myself right now, right? Why do I get up in the morning if Nicole Wallace can't get a free meal? Awful. Nige, if you need a reason to drink tonight, happy 66th birthday to Weird Al Yankovic.
No kidding.
66 years old today. I've made it perfectly clear. I believe Weird Al belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Checks every box from record sales, movies, pop culture, tours. He's done more than a lot of the people that are in that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I also feel like he's owed a halftime show at the Super Bowl, but that's a separate discussion. I mean, who would you rather see, Bad Bunny or Weird Al?
The Foo Fighters.
Okay, aside from the Foo Fighters.
I heard you say that today on your appearance with Kendall and Casey, by the way.
That would be your choice every year,
Every
like
year.
a residency almost for the halftime Super Bowl show.
Foo Fighters and Metallica, yeah.
So we're going to play a little round of Don't Forget the Lyrics with producer Allison.
Oh, yeah.
Allison, how well do you know some of your Weird Al hits?
I don't know much. I know who he is.
I think you could get it, though.
I do, too.
Maybe. I mean, he's big in pop culture, so it's possible.
Okay, great cameo in The Naked Gun, by the way, when he comes off the airplane. It's Weird Al Yankovic. All right, song number one, we're going to play it, and we're going to stop it at a certain point. Allison, your job is to get the next line right, okay?
Come on.
Okay.
I'm a man of the land, I'm into discipline. Got a Bible in my hand and a beard on my chin. But if I finish all of my chores and you finish thine, then tonight we're gonna party like it's 1699. We've been spending most our lives living in an
Amish Paradise.
Amish Paradise, there we go. There we
The
go.
reason I know that one, I actually follow an Amish dude on Instagram, and that's when they asked what his favorite current song is, and it was Amish Paradise.
Of course it was.
By the way, side note, controversy, Bob and Tom and the Electric Amish Band, I think, may feel a little slighted in terms of, I think Weird Al may have bit. Is that the nomenclature for?
They stole it?
They stole,
Sampled?
Sampled?
They stole the idea of taking an Amish band and singing legitimate songs. Just saying. Side note.
Anybody that wants to sing about the Amish, they owe it to Bob and Tom?
Well, anybody that wants to sing rock songs and put it in an Amish style.
Because I feel like if anybody's owed an apology here, it's Coolio, because it was Gangster's Paradise, but you do you. All right, number two.
How come you're always such a fussy young man? Don't want no Captain Crunch, don't want no Raisin Bran. Well, don't you know that other kids are starving in Japan, so...
Eat it.
Yes! By the way,
There's
I
a lot
want that isolated phrase to be on the montage tomorrow. Just Allison saying, eat it.
Something about Allison saying, eat it.
All right, let's see if she can sweep and run the table here. Number three.
But I never used a phone booth. I never seen the toes. When I'm going to the movies, I take up 7 rooms because...
I have no idea, because I ate too much.
Nige?
I'm fat! I'm fat!
So
You
I was
know
close.
it!
Yes!
You know it! I'm
Trying to use
fat!
context clues.
I know it!
I'm fat. 2 out of 3. That's pretty good.
That was
considering
impressive. I'm impressed.
I'll take it.
You weren't real confident going in, but that's
No.
pretty good. Matt Bear.
North side crash westbound 465 of Michigan Road. It's on the left shoulder. Stop and go traffic back to Meridian for a 3-minute delay. Northbound 465 slow off 86th Street up to 865. East side northbound 465 slow from 72 Penn Pike. Southbound lane stop and go in parts from 72 South Shadeland Avenue. Inbound 70 slows after rural to the north split. Southbound 6570 delayed 8 minutes. North split to the south split because of construction. And eastbound 70 on a 4-minute delay. Belmont to Meridian. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Foundation Services. Water damaging your home? Contact Indiana Foundation Service, the basement concrete foundation experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at IndianaFoundationService.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
54 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Got a couple people sending me their photos of Jeff Daniels taking a dump in Dumb and Dumber.
Speaking of Dumb and Dumber, he played Harry in Dumb and Dumber, right?
Yes.
He also played Harry in another movie. See if the YouTube chat can get it.
Jeff Daniels playing Harry in another movie.
Yep. I'm not offering a reward, but it is an interesting trivia question. Played Harry in Dumb and Dumber. Played Harry in another very big movie.
Speed?
Yes.
Was it Speed?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a stab in the dark.
Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Partner, Harry.
He's got that moment in that movie where he knows he's gone.
Yep.
Right? One of those moments.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I just pulled that out of my backside.
That was pretty good. I was impressed. I was waiting for the chat. But you got it. You got it, bud. Yeah.
Like, honestly, this is probably one of the only other Jeff Daniels movies that probably could have named. Pleasantville. What's the
he had a
sappy
really
chick flick?
he had a really good HBO run with The Newsroom where he kind of played like a Bill O'Reilly character.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, I'm not sure.
What am I thinking of? Is it Terms of Endearment?
Yeah,
or,
that's it.
Okay. Yeah, I knew there was a chick flick.
Arachnophobia.
Arachnophobia,
You remember
that's right.
Arachnophobia with the spiders?
Yes. And that guy is now singing songs to fire up the nether region of the MSNBC women. Good Lord. Speaking of things that'll fire you up, I'm going to go get a picture of my office so you can see that. I'll post it on our social media.
Yeah.
And if you go to our Facebook and Twitter, yesterday, toward the end of the show, we posted a video of producer Allison and her Halloween scream situation.
I saw that.
Yeah,
You're
I
a great
did too.
scream queen, Allison. Like,
Yeah.
people are digging it.
Talk about catfishing. I think the thing gave me lip fillers and a couple other things. But,
You look like $1 million in it. You're laying on the bed. The girls are breathing a little bit.
And then the scream guy
little
attacks
scream
you.
guy behind me.
Right. I don't know if you're turned on or not. Maybe you're about to die. Who knows? You guys can make up your own mind. But if you want to see it, go to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Hammer and Nigel.
Well, my man Neil was in a bit of a real estate quandary, shall we say. That is, until he dumped his old real estate agent and moved on with real estate expert, the only real estate expert I'd trust, Mark Deedle. Neil's house is on the market about 15 days. Mark Deedle's team sold his house as is for the price he needed.
Mark Deedle is the only real estate expert we trust and recommend on the Hammer and Nigel show, and it's the guarantee that separates Mark Deedle from the competition. Mark Deedle guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Nobody does it better than Mark Deedle. Contact him today, 317-755-4232. 755-4232, or go to markdeedle.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdeedle.com.
Indy, don't use the beautiful fall to paint. Do what Deanna did. She called Rhino
I was
Shield.
noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
The ceramic coating of Rhino Shield is specifically formulated for our climate.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. They just didn't leave a mess. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
Backed by a 25-year transferable warranty. And now get the protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
Rhino Shield, I think it increases the value and the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $200 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $200 more. See store for details.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family heating and air.
Maintenance is going to drastically increase the efficiency and performance of your system. It's also going to significantly improve the longevity of it. People think that they are saving money by skipping their maintenance, and in reality, they're just shaving years off the life and increasing the consumption of that unit, spending a lot more in the long term.
Get your tune-up today at Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday. Let's do this Monday. ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Thinning hair? This year, grow your hair back like I did. Call 317-522-2995 or visit WeGrowHairIndy.com.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, presented by the Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free to search at indianaunclaimed.gov.
And a new ad for their tequila. Actor Matthew McConaughey and his wife make fun of the real-life incident where police found Matthew McConaughey naked playing bongos.
I've seen this, yeah.
What follows is a real police report. No names have been changed because he was totally guilty.
On arrival to the location, I could easily hear very loud music, dancing, and playing bongo drums. The nude subject yelled, "Why are you here?"
Why are you here?
Glassy and very bloodshot eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And?
Pantalones Organic Tequila. Please bongo responsibly.
I want to try it.
I do too.
Now, if you're a police officer, would you rather walk up on naked Matthew McConaughey playing the bongos, or, I don't know, Randy Travis sitting on the back of the truck naked?
I want to prepare you for something. The naked man sitting on the back of the fire truck. Randy Travis.
Oh, no.
I love how the officer prepares his co-worker. Now, I want to prepare you for something. Randy Travis, one of the biggest country music stars in all the world, is sitting naked on the back of the truck.
Oh, no. Like, these are police officers. They've seen dead bodies.
Oh, yeah.
They've seen domestic abuse.
Sure.
But one officer had to get another officer prepared for a naked, surly, mean-ass Randy Travis.
I want to prepare you for something.
Can I hear that part again, please, Allison, one more time?
Man sitting on the back of the fire truck. Randy Travis.
No, you didn't do the prepare. You got to play it from the beginning.
I want to prepare you for something. The naked man sitting on the back of the fire truck. Randy Travis. Oh no.
Did you hear the other police officers like, oh God.
Again? Like, I wonder how many calls these officers have had in this neighborhood about a drunken, out-of-control Randy Travis at the time. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it. Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
They tried and failed again. Your radar is clear, and it's 55 degrees under a partly cloudy sky on Monument Circle. I'm Chon Herrick. Here's what's trending at 4:31. The Senate tried to get a spending bill passed today to end the government shutdown, but they did not get the votes they needed. So what does that mean? Democrat House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffrey says, well, it does not mean anything good.
Tomorrow, hundreds of thousands of hard-working federal employees will miss a paycheck and are going to struggle to be able to provide the basic necessities to live and survive.
Much of the disagreement between Republicans and Democrats centers around health care. Also, still no deal to end the war between Russia and Ukraine. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying today that President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin could meet again soon.
I think the president and the entire administration hopes that one day that can happen again, but we want to make sure that there's a tangible, positive outcome out of that meeting.
The U.S. and European Union recently announced they were starting another round of sanctions on Russia, targeting oil and gas export earnings that pay for the war in Ukraine. A sports betting ring is the subject of a widespread investigation by the FBI. Fox's Nate Foy says there are 2 indictments. One's about a poker scheme, and the other involves an active NBA player.
That player is Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier. He was arrested in Orlando. Rozier's accused of purposely leaving a game with a phantom injury so that he and his co-conspirators, including his childhood friend, could make tens of thousands of dollars. Meanwhile, NBA Hall of Famer and current Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups was also arrested in Portland this morning. He's accused of working with the mafia to defraud victims who thought they were playing fair poker games that were anything but.
Former NBA player and coach Damon Jones also arrested. The NBA has since placed Billups and Rozier on immediate leave of absence. President Trump says administration is working to remove international drug cartels. During a roundtable event on crime at the White House today, Trump said he was happy to sign executive orders targeting cartels and noted that the recent destruction of narco-terrorist boats in the Eastern Pacific, he called the cartels the ISIS of the West. And the Pro Football Hall of Fame has narrowed down its senior candidates to 34 for the 2026 class. 19 players are offensive, including Ken Anderson among 3 quarterbacks. 14 players are defensive, including the late Vikings pass rusher Jim Marshall. And your WIBC closing bell report. At the closing bell today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average finished up 144 points to 46,734. The S&P 500 gained 39 points to 6,738. And the NASDAQ closed the day up 201 points to 22,941. It's 4:34. Your traffic and weather next.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, common sense government, and peace through strength.
WIBC traffic at 4:35. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, John, action on the north side. It's westbound 465 of Michigan Road. A crash blocking the left shoulder. Big old tanker truck. Also a crash on the exit from westbound 465 to southbound 865. So these two crashes about a mile apart. Traffic is stop and go back to Meridian Street, and our delay time is 15 minutes. Still on the west side, southbound 465 slow from West 46 all the way down to West 10th Street. Inbound 65. 4-minute delay, 29th to Meridian. Southbound 65, 70 delayed, 14 minutes from the north split to the south split. That is construction. Eastbound 74-minute delay, Belmont to Meridian, Illinois. South side, eastbound 465, stop and go traffic from 31 over to Epler Avenue. Also on the south side, avoid Arlington Avenue to the north of Southport Road. That is a serious crash. 3 cars were involved. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Drexel Interiors has teamed up with Mohawk for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A portion of October's Mohawk sales will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Visit either showroom or drexelin.com today. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
The forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
So after a cold start to Friday, we'll launch into a mostly sunny day with high temperatures in the upper 50s by Friday afternoon. And then we'll see an increase in cloud cover on Saturday with high temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. I cannot rule out a few showers by late Saturday. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, I'm Nigel Hammer, right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
Bobby Burak is a writer at Outkick.com, one of our favorites. Bobby, this NBA betting scandal, there are so many different avenues we can go down. I said earlier, the thing that's got my attention is the technology here, the things that were taking place on that poker table. To me, that's way more crazy than the concept of NBA guys dabbling in gambling. What about you?
Yeah, I'm so with you. What was it with the X-ray technology and the contact lens? I mean,
right.
Just wild stuff. Look, I have always admittedly been really fascinated by the mob. I've spent far too many hours reading about the mob, watching documentaries, and I would say, can you imagine if some of those mobsters had this technology, what they would have been able to accomplish? So that's point number one. And I think point number two is, it doesn't seem like this is a conclusion, right? I think this is just the tip of the iceberg here. We're probably going to learn a lot more, and probably other investigations as well. I assume this stuff goes on more often. I don't know if it's to that degree with the technology, but as far as athletes and coaches betting, I think it's going to continue to be a scandal, and that raises the point, what happens here? Because I certainly don't see the leagues like the NBA distancing themselves from gambling, so it creates this conundrum that's really awkward, I think frustrating to people on the outside, but nonetheless, I think in a week from now, a month from now, we're still going to be talking about stuff like this.
Well, Bobby, who's implicated in this? How big of names are there, and how many people are there, and what is happening moving forward?
I mean, right now the big names are Chauncey Billups, the Portland Trail Blazers coach, former Finals MVP for the Pistons, who, by the way, is the last time the Detroit Sports have won a national title. So I do thank Mr. Billups for that. Terry Rozier, those are the big names. While they're not involved, I mean, we do have a report from Brian Windhorst that some of the point shaving and as far as leaking information and tipping people off related to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I think one case was LeBron James not playing in a game, and somebody involved tipped others off, and that obviously changed the point spread pretty drastically. But the highlight right now, I think, is Billups, who I know people have said, wait, he seems like such a well-mannered, nice guy.
Right.
Well, I agree, but at the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I think this thing is really dark. I actually was just reading a report from Brian Windhorst, who is probably the most connected NBA reporter as far as being able to actually contextualize what's going on. He said, to be honest, the NBA doesn't really care that much about the poker stuff. They're going to pretend to, but they're worried about the integrity of the game, the leaking, the sources, the inside sources, and I think that is going to be the focus here.
So from an NBA perspective, what do you do here? Because they've kind of gone all in, like most sports leagues have, with professional gambling sites, whether it's DraftKings or FanDuel or Caesars. All the major leagues are in bed with many of these outlets here. Like when I watched the Pacers tonight at 7:30, I believe it's on ESPN. I'm sure one of these sports betting apps is going to be the sponsor for this. Does the league have to dance around this?
Well, I don't know if you guys saw the segment this morning on ESPN. They're discussing this, and they got an ESPN bet logo on the Chiron, and they remove it mid-segment because of how bizarre that looks. I mean, here's the truth. Do I think the leagues are going to distance themselves from FanDuel or DraftKings? I don't, because these leagues are hypocrites. And I think that they will deal with these scandals while taking money from the sports books. It's going to be a problem because, again, I'm not convinced these are the only people participating in this type of activity. They're certainly not the only people gambling on sports that they're involved with or others. And we mentioned the NBA. I don't know, would you guys be surprised if this was also a case in the NFL, Major League Baseball, going down the list, hockey?
That's what I was thinking.
So my antennas are up because I think there's going to be a lot more to this story. But to answer your question directly, I think a league like the NBA is going to say there's rules for our coaches and our players, but there are different rules as far as us accepting money from legal gambling.
Bobby, any idea how the FBI became aware of all of this? This seems like a pretty extensive investigation that's been going on for a while. It just takes one leaker, doesn't it? It just takes one whistleblower. I mean, Chauncey Billups, for God's sake, involved in some sort of mafia poker playing scheme where there's technology used to help them cheat. Any idea how this came to be?
Yeah, I've seen speculation of a co-conspirator mentioning it to somebody, but nothing concrete. I don't know where the initial tip came from yet. But you're right. I mean, in all of these cases, it just takes one person.
Yep.
And it's not always intentional. Maybe just that one person will say, hey, I got something interesting on Chauncey Billups. I got something interesting on Rozier. And then the FBI starts investigating. My understanding is this case has been years in the making. The reason we know this is because Stephen A. Smith went on TV and blamed Donald Trump, but this investigation predates Donald Trump. Joe Biden was in office when they started looking into this. So I don't know exactly who the whistleblower was, if we ever know, but I wouldn't be surprised because a lot of times in these situations, it's somebody that's only partially aware, but it starts that domino effect.
Bobby Burak of Outkick, our guest here. Check out his work at Outkick.com. And you bring up the political ramifications of this. I know Stephen A. Smith is already blaming Trump. I'm seeing folks on the right say, now, wait a minute. People in Portland burn down police buildings, assault people, nobody gets arrested, yet we're going to lock up and throw away the key to a basketball coach. But at the same time, Bobby, I got folks on the left over here sending us messages going, still nothing on Epstein, but by God, we're going to lock up the basketball coach. Do you understand both sides, or is there some sort of, we're blowing this all out of proportion?
I do agree with both sides because you mentioned the Epstein case or burning down Portland, which I would consider more severe than this. But at the same time, the law doesn't always care about that. A lot of times they care about what they can prove, or what lobbyists are concerned with and what they're not. I think a case like this, it's going to be easier for the FBI than the Epstein case, which I'm still skeptical what they have in possession and what they don't have. Obviously, I think the people who burned down Portland buildings should be arrested and punished to the highest degree, but for whatever reason, that didn't happen. So I get both sides. I really do. I mean, look, am I going to lose sleep over what these people did? No. Did I lose sleep over some of the Black Lives Matter protesters? Well, it certainly concerned me because I thought that stuff was very dangerous, and I do think there are probably people involved in the Epstein ring or whatever you call it that are walking free right now, and they don't deserve to. But that is the American justice system, right? There are people who go to jail for very petty crimes, and people are committing very violent crimes who are walking among us.
So, Bobby, last question for you, and this is a question we've all asked each other here. Yeah. If given the opportunity to play cards in a mafia game, would you say yes or no?
Of course.
Okay, that's what we're saying, right?
What? Wait, hold on. Do you guys understand the risk of saying no?
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
Because the Sopranos episode, Bobby, there was the Sopranos episode where, they got a big card game going, and LT's there, and David Lee Roth of Van Halen are there. They're not working with the Sopranos. They're just part of the card game. I think you can play the cards without having to work for the mob, you know?
Look. I Al Capone, very violent dude. If I had a chance to sit and have a drink with him at his bar in Chicago where he, looked at the door the whole time, I would do it. I have a bit of a soft spot for the mob, in part because they fascinate me, and in part because they terrify me. So if a known mobster asks me to do anything, I'm saying yes, especially a poker game.
Put that on a T-shirt.
Hey,
I have a soft spot for the mob. Quote, Bobby Burack. Kick.
By the way, if you see that pop up on some Substack account trying to crush me, it's well-deserved.
Bobby, man, we appreciate it, and we dig your work over at Outkick. Give him a follow, man. Bobby Burack on X. Bobby, thanks so much.
Hey, thanks, guys.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings did such an awesome job on my garage floor. My Galaxy Concrete garage floor is out of this world. They got it done as little as a day, 4 times stronger, lifetime warranty, easy to clean. The color's not going to fade, stronger hold. And they did such a great job. I had them back out to the house a second time, so they took care of the concrete in my utility room in my basement. It looks equally as awesome. So whether it's your garage or basement, a pool deck, any indoor-outdoor area concrete, check out their website, see pictures, get a quote, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, or give them a call, 751-9070.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Oh, man, my wife and I loved our outdoor patio furniture we got from Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Berlin Gardens outdoor furniture. Spent all summer on our patio on those things. So comfortable. Hey, football season's back, so it's time for Thompson's annual Sit, Sleep, and Eat sale. Lowest of the lows on Lazy Boy, Flex Steel, and Smith Brothers. You can save up to $800 on mattresses by Sealy and Tempur-Pedic, and save up to $400 on the Big Green Egg. Sale ends Monday at Thompson Furniture in Columbus.
Owned and operated by the same family since 1927. And when everybody else is raising prices, they still have free delivery and setup if you live within 75 miles of their store. And more importantly, they support what we do here at the Hammer and Nigel Show. So next time you guys need something, whether it's a couch, whether it's a love seat, whether it's an amazing Tempur-Pedic mattress, head down to Columbus, Thompson Furniture and Mattress. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
Our electric bills have increased as much as $50 each month. Governor Mike Braun is driving bills even higher. Instead of helping families, Governor Braun is doubling down on costly coal, gas, and nuclear. That means more pricey power plants that Hoosiers like us have to pay for. Utilities get richer, we pay more. Something has to give. Go to StopMike'sHikes.com today to send Governor Braun a message. Hoosiers need affordable energy, not a blank check for greedy utilities. Paid for by Citizens Action Coalition.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, October 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with qualifying purchase of new carpeting or luxury vinyl through November 15. Go to drexelin.com for details.
Snapped a great photo? Witnessed something newsworthy?
Hey, there's some news.
You can text it right to the WIBC newsroom. Join the text club. Text WIBC to 317-239-9393.
All right, Matt Bear, what are we looking at?
North side crashes westbound of 465. First one at Michigan Road is on the shoulder. Second one on the exit from westbound 465 to southbound 865, about a mile apart. And traffic is stopped from 865 back to Meridian Street. That's a 26-minute delay. Northbound 465 slow after 79 to 865. Inbound 65, 7-minute delay, 29th to Meridian. Eastbound 70 delayed 5 minutes before Belmont to Meridian, Illinois. Also southbound 65. 70 jammed up north split to the south split because of construction and a crash on the south side. Arlington Avenue north of Southport Road, 3 vehicles, truck on its side. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with a qualifying purchase of new catering or luxury vinyl through November 15th. Go to DrexelIN.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
55 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Coming up a little bit after 5 o'clock, Rob Kendall will go off the rails. We're going to play Rob at 5. Normally he's 5:30.
Okay.
But we've got Senator Jim Banks calling in live at 5:30 today. So we got a pretty big 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
Make sure you tune in and check it out. Nigel, one of our favorite social media accounts, one of our favorite YouTube pages is There I Ruined It, where they take popular songs, remix them in a different way. So, Allison, make sure we've got the dump button ready. I think I caught all the beeps here. They mixed up the chicken dance, like you would hear at every wedding.
Sure. Love the chicken dance.
With F the Police from NWA. They call it Cluck the Police. Take a listen.
Police coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad cause I'm brown. And not the other color, so police think they have the authority to
kill a minority.
Cause I ain't the one for a punk motherfucker with the badge and the gun to be beaten on. And thrown in jail, we can go toe to toe in the middle of a sale. Fucking with me cause I'm a teenager.
Swing your partner.
With a little bit of gold and a page inside my car. Looking for the product, thinking every nigga is selling narcotics. You rather see me in the pen than me and Lorenzo
rolling in the benzo.
Be the police out of shape, but when we finish, bring the yellow tag.
There it is. Cluck the Police from our friends at There I Ruined It.
Lorenzo rolling in a benzo. Oh, that's fantastic.
All right, tee it up. We're going to get Rob Kendall to go off the rails. He's going to rip off his shirt. He's injecting steroids right now.
He's putting body oil on.
He's rubbing himself. He looks like the Ultimate Warrior in 1988. Rob Kendall next.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Whether it's the good food or the friendly mood, you can count on Indiana to never lose when it comes to tailgating. And we want to see you at every game. That's why Hubler's got you covered with the best warranty around. So kick off the season in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Right now, you can buy with zero down. Choose from over 2,000 cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Includes a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report. We'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. Zero down delivers. And Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles.
Hubler's got you covered.
Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations.
Cover me.
Select models, approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
The most extraordinary thing a woman can do is let herself be human. We try to do it all, sure, but what if we're just not feeling it? Like when the fatigue hits, but you gotta bring snacks to the soccer game? Or when the laundry's piling up, but that hot flash says, too bad. We get it. Franciscan Health has care for extraordinary women who can do it all, but don't have to. Visit franciscanhealth.org/OBGYN today.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Let's go.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today.
Today.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, what police officers in Indianapolis are saying about public trust and what they plan to do about it, why a fraternity at Indiana University is in some trouble, and how the Riley Children's Foundation got some help today. Those stories and more after Fox News. You are listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it's now 5 o'clock.
He does not plan to seek a declaration of war. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. But President Trump says lawmakers will be briefed on operations against drug cartels.
It should now be clear to the entire world that the cartels are the ISIS of the Western Hemisphere.
There have been 9 deadly strikes on what the administration calls drug trafficking boats, and War Secretary Pete Hegseth says they're part of organizations now designated as terrorists.
We will treat you like we have treated al-Qaeda. We will find you. We will map your networks, we will hunt you down, and we will kill you.
However, the president denies a report of the U.S. sending B-1 bombers near Venezuela. This during a law enforcement roundtable at the White House, where the president again defended a crime crackdown, including ramped-up immigration enforcement operations. The U.S. Attorney General just telling reporters the administration would consider regulating or banning apps that track the movement of federal agents over safety concerns. President Trump says we shouldn't be in a government shutdown as Senate efforts to pass short-term spending continue to fail, needing bipartisan support to advance.
It's apparent to the American people that when it comes to the Republican approach, cruelty is the point.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says there's a health care crisis that should be addressed as part of ending the shutdown, but Republicans say it's Democrats using Americans as pawns and that the government should reopen before talks on policy issues. An NBA coach and player are among those charged in a gambling scandal.
This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across this country.
FBI Director Kash Patel announcing a fraud case, tens of millions of dollars worth across 11 states, more than 30 suspects, including NBA Hall of Famer Chauncey Billups, currently head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier. One indictment claims illegal sports betting, the other a scheme involving mafia families and poker. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
What's the clout with the ongoing drought? Skies are sunny and it's 55 degrees in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Freezing temperatures will be impacting Indiana over the next few days, but then rain is possible this weekend.
Sunday night is a good chance of rain Monday. And it looks like Tuesday into Wednesday you have a much higher chance of rain. So the drought that we have had over the past couple months, we're finally starting to see the end in sight.
Cody Moore with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says prior to that, though, you can expect a freeze warning tomorrow morning. Police officers in Indianapolis believe communication is falling short. Ryan Hedrick explains.
It's what they call a strategic draft plan.
I was a little taken back at the differences in how people internally want to be communicated with.
Thursday, Chief Chris Bailey said his officers told him they'd rather get updates from him through email.
They don't really care for my videos, and I'm not sure why you wouldn't want to, stare at me for 3.5 minutes and be forced to hear what I have to say. But
Bailey says everything you need to know about this long-term plan is online at IMPDstrategicplan.indy.gov. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A fraternity at Indiana University under criminal investigation because police say a hazing incident sent 2 people to a hospital. They say the incident happened at IU's Phi Kappa Psi frat house in Bloomington during homecoming week last week. A cease and desist was sent to Phi Kappa Psi, but the details of the hazing have been kept confidential. A new commission in Indiana met for the first time on Wednesday to discuss the possibility of some counties in Illinois being absorbed by Indiana. They're called the Indiana-Illinois Boundary Adjustment Commission. It's only in the discussion phase at this point, but Commission member Don Leahy says he has some concerns about logistics and how it would even work.
I assume there'd be an effort to try to make it some type of logical design of which counties go where. So it would be impossible to have counties scattered.
While some support the idea for economic reasons, others are skeptical about the practicality and potential impact it could have on schools. AAA Hoosier and the Indianapolis Indians presented the Riley Children's Foundation with a $35,000 donation this afternoon. The funds raised in September for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month will go directly toward child cancer research in Indiana. It's 5:04. Your traffic and weather next.
Neighbors you know are talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like Rosemary.
I heard about Galaxy through social media as well as on the radio. I wanted to have Galaxy come out and redo my back patio. It runs the full length of the back of the house.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings is not epoxy. It's 4 times stronger.
Galaxy was great. They were very thorough. They were very clean, very efficient. They cleaned up after themselves. I was very impressed with the crew.
Commercial or residential, Galaxy transforms pools, patios, garage floors, driveways, and more. And also, it comes with a lifetime warranty.
The reason I chose Galaxy is because of the durability. We've got pets, and so sometimes they do have accidents. It's very easy to just hose off. My neighbors have come over, and every single one of them have said it's beautiful.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We are out of this world.
WIBC traffic at 5:05. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, John, a couple of crashes on the north side of trash. Westbound 465 were stopped from Meridian to 865 for a delay of 35 minutes. 2 problems. Crash at Michigan Road, blocking the left shoulder. Crash on the exit ramp from westbound 465 to southbound 465. That ramp is open. It is partially blocked. Downtown, crash southbound 6570. Looks like a dump truck's in here at Michigan Street. Left lane is blocked. Traffic stop and go. Back to the north split, then still jammed all the way down to the south split. Eastbound 70 slow to downtown, a 4-minute delay, Belmont to Meridian. Inbound 65, 7-minute delay, 29th to Meridian Street. East side southbound 465, stop and go traffic, 70 down to 74. And a crash. This is Arlington Avenue, north of Southport Road. 3 vehicles involved. 1 truck was on its side. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy Button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom print, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Tonight will be our coldest night of the season, with freeze warnings in effect from 2 to 9 a.m. Friday morning. Low temperatures tonight will be in the low 30s. So after a cold start to Friday, we'll launch into a mostly sunny day with high temperatures in the upper 50s by Friday afternoon. And then we'll see an increase in cloud cover on Saturday with high temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. I cannot rule out a few showers by late Saturday. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there, sitting in studio with us, about to go off the rails. It's Rob Kendall. Rob, how are you?
Great, thanks as always to our segment sponsor, Garage Doors of Indianapolis. And look, it is 3 guys in the same room who have never been indicted by the feds.
We gamble a lot, but we gamble with the right people. We don't get involved with the mob.
What a crazy story. I'm assuming you guys talk about that gambling story in the sporting world right now in your podcast, correct?
Yeah, and again, we talked about this earlier in the show. For me, it's not even the gambling or the mafia stuff. It's the technology that went into this. Like, that is something from like a James Bond movie.
Yeah, and the other side of this is these guys, whether it's Rozier or Billups. I mean, Billups is a Hall of Famer.
Chauncey Billups, yeah. That's a big name.
How much do you need? Like with the Billups, it can't be the money. It's got to be the thrill, right? Why would you put yourself in this position? And then with Rozier, it's the same thing. The guy's made $1 gajillion. You can't need that money, can you?
Somebody cashes a prop bet on you and you get a cut. Do you not have millions of dollars in your bank account? Did you blow your money?
Yeah. That's what's most fascinating to me, is what's going to come out about why these guys did this. And it's got to be just the thrill of the, if indeed they did do it.
The thrill of working with the mafia?
I don't know, like something dangerous. I too like to live dangerously.
You did a great job of explaining what people essentially need to know, the basics of the government shutting down. And I was wondering if you could go through that. I was walking the dog. That's my duty before I come to work every day. Now I got to walk the dog. I got to walk Junior up and down before I leave.
Walking the dog was a nickname for something else. Nigel, you still in the shower? I'm walking the dog. Leave me alone.
It's a democratic shutdown, but it's more than that, isn't it, Rob? Kind of as we're moving along through this, kind of give us your analysis.
Well, first of all, the Republicans are acting like some sort of noble people over the fact that they're just approving Biden's spending levels. I mean, that's what this is. They've had full control of the government for 10 months, and they're still doing continuing resolutions on Biden's spending levels. So those are the quote-unquote good guys in the equation. Once again, Republicans not fulfilling campaign promises to get spending under control. We just saw the national debt's $38 trillion. So that's that. But the other,
but you do admit they want to get rid of these, as you call them, super subsidies.
Sure, but
where does that enter into the factor?
So let's talk about this. So in 2020, the federal government, just like our state government, decided we're going to play a little game with people where we're going to shut society down. And we know that people would be outraged, so we're going to make them think that you can somehow shut society down but not make people feel any pain.
But from a marketing perspective, all right, I'm trying to think about this in terms of wins and losses. Who's winning this thing? The people are getting screwed, but which side is winning? I see what you're saying, that the Republicans want to go back to Biden-level spending, which is ridiculous. But if the other side says, no, that's not good enough, well, can't they say, listen, all we want to do is go back to what you people voted for, and that's not good enough. You're keeping it closed. This is on you.
That's the problem. They won't do it, though. They have never acknowledged what they're doing, which is Biden spending levels. That would be the great argument. That would be the checkmate argument to say, well, all we're doing is approving Joe Biden's spending. But, of course, they can't do that because then they would be admitting we're lying again like we lie every time we campaign. To come back to Nigel's thing, though, that he wanted to talk about, which is during COVID, they took Obamacare, which was already a giant giveaway to the insurance industry, a giant, moving of money, taking it from somebody and giving it to somebody.
Some people lost their jobs with Obamacare.
Well, right. And so what they did was they said, well, we're going to put, because we've gotten all these people who are losing their jobs because we're shutting society down, we're going to essentially create these super subsidies on Obamacare. And then when Biden got in there, he's like, well, that was so much fun. Let's do it again. And now those Obamacare super subsidies, we're not even talking about getting rid of Obamacare. We're talking about just ending these super subsidies that we put all these people on who shouldn't have been on it to begin with because we shut society down.
So we are scheduled to speak with Senator Jim Banks coming up here in just a few minutes. I'm sure his angle is going to be, the Democrats own this. This is their shutdown. The government could be open, but they don't even want to go back to what it was. What would be your response to something like that?
My question, Jim Banks, is why are you voting for Biden's spending levels? Why do you guys keep campaigning on getting spending under control, which is inflation? And look, I get he's a senator. He's not worried where his next meal's coming from. He's not worried about the price of groceries at the grocery store. He's not worried about his job or his home. But people are being priced out of living because these Republicans, and I blame the Republicans because I know what the Democrats are. People ask, you're so mean to the Republicans. What about the Democrats? The Democrats don't tell me they're going to be better. I know what they are. They're honest brokers in the equation. It's the Republicans who always tell me, elect us this time. We'll get the spending under control. We'll get the government under control. I think we're putting $2 trillion on the debt as of now this year, and we still got 2 months to go. When does this stop? That's what I would ask him. When does this stop?
Going off the rails with Rob Kendall. Oh, I thought you had something you want to jump in. I'm sorry. 3, 2. All right, so let's pivot to the redistrict conversation that's taking place here in Indiana. We had Governor Braun in here yesterday, and listen, despite the reports that came out that said Rod Bray and the Republican Senate, they're not ready for this yet. They don't have the votes. He seemed pretty optimistic that they still have time to figure something out. We pressed it to him a few times yesterday. He seemed surprisingly optimistic that they can still call a special session for the redrawing of the congressional maps.
Yeah, I heard that. He's basically turned into Blutarski in Animal House. Nothing's over until we decide it's over. Now, what's fascinating, though, is, and look, this guy is, and I'm not trying to speak ill of a guy who's a friend of your show, but he has got a serious problem telling the truth. Fight during the property tax rally. He has said from the beginning, if the votes aren't there, I won't call a special session. He's got the leader of the Senate telling him, and I'm told it's not close. There's been multiple people say it's not close. It's not like it's just one person or Bray is just holding this up on his own. The votes are not there, and yet he will not let this go. My question to the governor is, why didn't you do this with property taxes? Why didn't you fight like this and hold the special session up on property taxes? This is why people don't want redistricting, because no matter what the Republicans huff and puff about, they can't produce a single poll that says the people of this state want this. I can produce 4 polls, including 2 done by Republican groups, that show people overwhelmingly don't want it. And they don't want it because they don't trust and like the Republicans because of crap like this.
It seems to be the same Republicans in terms of leadership that are responsible for all of these things, whether it's the property tax debacle, whether what's happening now. Are we going to see pressure from Washington? And again, this is another thing we asked the governor yesterday. Are you going to see pressure from Washington of people trying to primary Rod Bray? Now, you know my thoughts on Rod Bray. Don't threaten me with a good time going after that guy. But would it be fair for those in charge in Indiana to sweat a little bit?
No, because they're not. What's the case going to be? What's the guy from Pennsylvania, Scott Pressler. He's going to come and he's going to knock on all these doors. What's his case going to be? Hello, Mr. Smith. I'm here to talk about your bad senator who did exactly what his constituents wanted. Like, what's his case going to be?
On one case, though, not on property tax. Rod Bray is the reason why we got screwed on property tax.
Yeah, totally. But I understand that. But you're not hearing these conservative influencers. See, this is the problem. Everybody's all hung up on this redistricting. I'm going to come do this, and we're going to make people call about that. Why don't you conservative influencer Twitter people give a damn what it's affording to stay in our homes? Where were you when we were trying to do that then? We had an army of people that would have mobilized with you, and nobody wanted any of that.
It was the late Charlie Kirk that was doing exactly what you're describing and talking about redrawing the congressional maps and threatening Indiana.
Right, and I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, but out, dude. You don't live here. Your only connection, and I said this at the time on your show, the guy's only connection to Indiana was he grew up in the state next to Indiana. But out. People do not want this because they do not like the Republicans, because the Republicans in this state and in Washington don't deliver. They lie and they lie and they lie and
but
they don't
if you
deliver.
have the opportunity to remove the snake or cut the head off the snake, metaphorically speaking here, and I view the snake as Rod Bray, this dude has been a bought and paid for piece of you-know-what for how long? For me, it's almost like Al Capone. They brought Al Capone in. They didn't get him on like mafia and gangster stuff. They got him on tax evasion, but they ultimately got him in. If you can remove that butt sniffer, I don't care for what. I think the state's going to be better off.
The problem is, though, he's not up till 28. He just got reelected.
Yeah,
that's true.
He don't care. He does. Look, here's what happened in Indiana. And I know I want to do this quick as I possibly can. I need more time, but we don't have it. When Mitch Daniels became governor, the leadership, Bosma and Long, and the legislature were basically subservient to him because he was the star, right? Like, he's the guy that brought us back from nothing and made Republicans prominent in Indiana again. So they had to go with him. When Pence became governor, they said, we ain't doing that anymore. And the legislature took control. Then Holcomb becomes governor, and because of COVID, and because the Republicans didn't want anything to do with that, they were like, hey, dude, you take the arrows on that. We don't understand this. We don't get this. The governor was back in charge again and really ruling the roost. They have said with Braun, we think you're a big fat phony. We think you're a guy who just buys offices. You bought a Senate seat. You used to become governor. You're not in charge again. We're in charge. And that's what Bray is doing here. He's saying, I'm not dealing with crap and losing senators or losing House seats because you want to be friends with Trump. I'm the boss here, and we ain't doing this. And it looks like Braun's going to have to eat it again, which is awesome.
Talk about the big podcast one more time. I'm sure you guys are discussing the biggest headlines right now that are in the world of sporting news. What's the podcast called?
The Degenerates Next Door. And we're the degenerates that have not been indicted. Let me make that perfectly clear. Yet.
Not yet.
Rob and I, not professional handicappers, professional bettors, but we do this show with two guys that are.
Yeah.
Kenny Britt of KB Sports, David Stefanoff of Fall and Never Fade. These guys are professional handicappers. They do this for a living. The podcast is mainly designed to where we give out free picks on the show. We talk a lot of trash. But today's episode, Rob, we're talking some James Bond stuff. We're talking about mafia tie-ins and dumb NBA players.
And that's what it is, right? This is just stupid behavior to have all of this stuff. The one guy's a coach. He's a Hall of Famer. The other guy's an active player. There's a third guy that's involved in this. And it's like you threw it all away for what? How much of a cut did you get on this? How badly did you need to play poker with the mafia? I mean, like, that is what's going to be fascinating to me. Why did these guys do this?
Yes or no, around the board. If the mafia asked you to play cards with them, do you say yes?
That's a big negative for me.
Rob?
Are you kidding
we end
me?
up like that guy in The Sopranos. Remember when Robert Patrick got
But also in Sopranos, David Lee Roth and LT are in there playing poker too. Like, if I were in that role, sure, if I could just yuck it up with them.
I'll rethink
I don't want to be
answer.
working with them or working for them because you're going to have to owe them at some point.
But hey, you're totally broken. You lost your house and all your family's future, but you got to play cards with David Lee Roth and LT.
What's coming up on the big show tomorrow?
Well, we'll continue to get in this redistricting thing. I think that we're getting down to the nitty-gritty on time, what they're going to have to do. We'll get updates on that. Plus, as I said, we went past 38 trillion in debt thanks to Garage Doors of Indianapolis. Great job not getting indicted by the feds, you guys.
Matt Bear standing by with a look at the roads.
All right, north side crash, westbound 465. Two crashes here, one in Michigan Road, blocking the left shoulder, another one on the exit from westbound 465 to southbound 465. That has us backed up to Meridian Street 31 for a 34-minute delay. This is also backing up the exit from southbound 31 to 465. All sorts of problems there. And eastbound 465 is slow with a rush hour slowdown. 865 over to Meridian. North split, my lord. Westbound 70 crash approaching the north split, blocking the left lane. Stop and go traffic to Sherman Drive. Crash downtown coming down the north split on southbound 6570 on the local ramp, the one that goes to Michigan Street, New York, Ohio. And the left lane of that collector ramp is blocked right now. It is slow through that area. Southbound 6570, the through traffic portion, that's a 6-minute delay from the north split to the south split. Eastbound 70, stop and go traffic, Belmont to Meridian, 4-minute delay. Inbound 65, 7-minute delay, 29th to Meridian. And on the west side, southbound 465, slow traffic, stop and go from parts from West 46th Street down to West 10. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
55 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Just about 15 minutes from now, Senator Jim Banks will be calling this show live.
Okay.
We'll go over some issues with the senator. But up next, a fun-spirited round of Are You Okay With This? Come on back.
Whether it's the good food or the friendly mood, you can count on Indiana to never lose when it comes to tailgating. And we want to see you at every game. That's why Hubler's got you covered with the best warranty around. So kick off the season in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Right now, you can buy with 0 down. Choose from over 2,000 cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Includes a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report. We'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. 0 down delivers. And Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles.
Hubler's got you covered.
Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations.
Cover me.
Select models, approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Hammer here for my friends at Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing, North Side. If you see the Green Bridge, Diamonds Direct is right next to it. Park in the parking lot, walk in that beautiful showroom, and 1, you will be greeted by somebody, and number 2, the best sales team in the city, maybe the country, will be waiting for you. They are specifically trained to stay within your budget. They are specifically trained to make sure you get the biggest bang for your buck. And keep in mind, Diamonds Direct already has the biggest selection and the lowest prices, but you will be somebody that has options. They'll give you options. You will leave happy and satisfied. I'm telling you, it's the customer service at Diamonds Direct that keeps me coming back. Sales is their thing, and they take it personally. They learn your name. They know things about you. It becomes like you're a regular there, and I love that feeling. Chris is the young lady that works with me. She's amazing, but no matter who you work with, they will treat you like family, and I'm telling you, between the warranties, between the free lifetime perks that you get with the purchase and the already low prices, you're going to love it. If you've never been, make yourself a promise. You're going to visit Diamonds Direct sometime soon, ideally before the holidays. Get that engagement ring. Get that home run gift right before the holidays. Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing. Tell them Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel show sent you.
So, where's the lake?
Not here.
But it says Great Lakes Honda of Fishers.
Right. I just don't see a lake.
Well, who needs a lake when you can lease a 2026 HR-VLX all-wheel drive for $309 a month and 0 down?
That definitely won't soak our bank account.
Oh, it's the old Honda of Fishers.
Great Lakes, great people, great cars.
But no actual lake. Visit our showroom off State Road 37 today. Tax and title fees not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only. 10,000 miles a year. Not combinable with other offers. Loyalty or conquest rebates may apply. Offer ends October 31st. See dealer for details.
Hi, I'm Becca, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As an in-house designer, I can't wait for you to see our incredible selection of stylish and stackable rings. If you're shopping for your wedding bands, we have high-quality designs for every style and budget, from romantic to modern. If you're looking to add to a stack, your options are endless. Discover styles with clusters of gemstones, sleek all-metal designs, updated cigar bands, and signet rings perfect for an engraving. Because a friend knows you like options. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Are you ready to put joint pain behind you and get to a place where persistent pain doesn't control your life? The dedicated orthopedic experts at Community Health Network are here to turn those goals into a reality. With personalized treatment options that include robotic-assisted surgery, we'll help you feel your best so you can get back to enjoying your hobbies again. Learn more about your care options at ecommunity.com/ortho. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Drexel Interiors has teamed up with Mohawk for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A portion of October's Mohawk sales will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Visit either showroom or drexelin.com today.
It's JMV, 30 to 50% off container trees and shrubs and 20% off fall annuals, including mums, at Miss M's Home and Garden on State Road 135 in Bargersville.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
All right, Hammer. Hall of Fame pitcher Randy Johnson. Is it the big unit or just the unit?
The big unit.
The big unit is his question.
What a great nickname for a guy.
Is his nickname the big unit, not just the unit.
No.
He was signing autographs over the weekend and explained why he won't sign jerseys for people. It's actually kind of a caring and thoughtful reason. Check it out.
It's the one thing that I don't sign because it's the one thing that can raise money for charities, my charities and other people's charities, because there's not a lot of them floating out there. I was doing this way back a long time ago. Yeah, so that's why. Yeah.
So you couldn't figure out why.
Yeah.
Smart though.
Because it's the one thing. I mean, everything else just time, but one thing that might raise a little bit more money for a charity.
So are you okay with this? He won't sign jerseys of his own name, but he'll sign other stuff, but not jerseys because of charity.
I think that's pretty cool, actually. I'm all right with that. So he'll sign your baseball, he'll sign your hat, he'll sign an autographed picture or whatever. But if you ever see a jersey that's got a signature on it, that came directly from the source.
Yeah.
That way, nobody can say they've got a Randy Johnson autographed jersey and it turns out to be bogus. Because there's a lot of bogus memorabilia floating around out there. So no, I think this is good. Like at first I was like, oh, come on, just sign the jersey. What's this for? But if it's for a charity foundation, that's cool. And again, I can't stress this enough. As a guy, is there a better nickname than the Big Unit? Allison, if you met a gentleman somewhere and he said, you know, hi, my name is Randy, but my friends call me the Big Unit, what would be your response?
I don't know. When people talk about themselves with their own nickname, I think if his buddy said, yeah, he's called the Real Unit, then I'd be like, oh, okay.
Okay, so
Real Unit.
Again, in my mind, it's Randy that used to play Major League Baseball, who's like 6'10". That's why he's the Big Unit. And it's Allison. And you guys are having an after party with a night with WIBC, maybe over at Coach's Tavern. And you're like, oh, what did you do for a living? I played Major League Baseball.
I killed a bird.
I killed a bird once. I made it disintegrate with a pitch. He was making a pitch, and a bird flew right in front of it, and poof.
What?
How have you never seen that video?
You've never seen that?
No.
Okay, now this is a new conversation.
Wow.
All right, we got to go
Another
hit
pickup
the
line, too.
We gotta go.
Yeah, we got to hit we got to hit the news right now. But do yourself a favor, go to YouTube and look up Randy Johnson Bird. It wasn't his fault. But keep in mind, that dude threw every bit of 100 miles an hour.
Oh, my gosh.
John Herrick's got to look at the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Allison might be scarred after watching that video. He believes this will send a message. Skies are sunny and it's 55 degrees in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 5:30. The Trump administration announcing thousands of arrests today as a result of an interagency task force operation targeting drug cartels and transnational gangs. And at the White House this afternoon, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth had this to say to cartels or anyone considering getting into a cartel.
We will treat you like we have treated Al-Qaeda. We will find you, we will map your networks, we will hunt you down, and we will kill you.
There's been now 9 strikes on a boat investigators say is carrying drugs in the Caribbean. 37 people have died across all of those strikes, and the Navy's building up forces in the region. Critics of them say the gang members involved never got due process. Apathy is how Indy Metro Police Chief Chris Bailey describes the low turnout for the draft plan that they've come up with. He said today that this plan will improve how the department runs overall.
Whether it's coming out to vote for an election or participating in a survey like this. I just read that, Central Indiana potentially could lose millions of dollars in infrastructure funding because of the lack of participation in a survey related to road funding.
So IMPD wants your input to help shape the plan. You can go to WIBC.com to find out how. Portland Trailblazer head coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former Cleveland Cavaliers head coach Damon Jones have been arrested as part of a gambling investigation being conducted by the FBI. New York Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch saying today this is more than just a takedown.
It's the result of more than 2 years of coordinated investigative work by the NYPD's Joint Organized Crime Task Force and the FBI.
Rozier's attorney fired back and said this whole thing is just a photo op for the FBI. A woman found dead this morning in Anderson. Anderson police say they found the woman's body on the east side of the White River. They've been talking to witnesses, trying to figure out what happened. When the show Stranger Things has its series finale, you can see it in theaters. Fox's Michelle Polino.
The 2-hour series finale of Stranger Things is headed to the big screen. The final episode, titled The Right Side Up, will premiere December 31st on both Netflix and in more than 350 theaters nationwide. It marks the first time a Netflix series episode will receive a theatrical release. In a recent Variety interview, creators Matt and Ross Duffer shared their desire for a theatrical premiere, saying in part that the fans could be there with other fans and experience it as a communal thing. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
With traffic at 5:32, here's Matt Bear.
North side crash. It's on the exit from westbound 465 to southbound 865. Has traffic jammed All the way from the 865 interchange back to Meridian 31 at a delay of 39 minutes. Northbound 465, stop and go traffic before 86th Street, 2865 eastbound lane slow out to ditch. Inbound 65, 5-minute delay from 29th to Meridian. Eastbound 70, stop and go traffic from Belmont to Meridian, a 5-minute delay. Southbound 65, 70 jammed, a 9-minute delay. North split down to the south split. East side southbound 465, stop and go after Penn Pike down to Brookville Road. And on the west side, southbound 465 slow from West 38th Street down to West 10th. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard the Staples Easy button is back with even more easy? Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Freeze warnings will be in effect from 2 to 9 a.m. Friday morning as low temperatures fall into the low 30s. So after a cold start to Friday, we'll launch into a mostly sunny day with high temperatures in the upper 50s by Friday afternoon. How much TV Star Trek ABD meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, hi, I'm Nigel. That's Jason Hammer over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
Back home again in Indiana, just landing at the airport, Senator Jim Banks. Senator, how are you?
Well, except for being in 465 traffic, I'm doing well. It's great to be home. On my way back to Columbia City and looking forward to a quiet weekend.
So what's the latest on this little government shutdown deal here? We're in, I believe, day number 23 now?
Day 23, we just passed the second longest shutdown. It just became the second longest shutdown. The longest shutdown ever was 35 days. And my sense here, guys, I mean, on a serious note, the Democrats are trying to break the record. They want chaos. They want disruption, and they want Donald Trump to take the blame for it. But I don't think Hoosiers are falling for it. I don't think, at least I'm not hearing from hardly anybody in Indiana who thinks this is Republicans or Donald Trump's fault. They know it's Chuck Schumer and Democrats who have caused this shutdown. So at the end of the day, President Trump and Secretary Hegseth are doing everything that they can to make sure that our troops are being paid. But the disruption for federal employees and what this does at airports, and the long-term effect of it and what it does to our country is significant, and it all lays at the feet of Chuck Schumer and the Democrats.
And I feel like this kind of just shows the difference between the parties here. And you're right, Senator, there are people affected, and I want to make sure that the military gets their paycheck. But I think for most of the people in our audience listening to this show, haven't really had that much of an effect in their personal lives with the government shutdown. I think that speaks to conservatism as opposed to on the other side where they want the government to be, involved in every single thing you do.
Yeah, the government is so massive and bloated in Washington, D.C. We can do with a lot less of it, and that's definitely part of it. But when you start talking about paying our troops and think about the 23-year-old enlisted sailor who's got a baby at home and trying to put food on the table. That's who's really affected in all of this. Not to mention the 7,600 flights that have been delayed since Sunday because of air traffic controllers who are working without pay and calling in sick, and the morale that causes for some of the federal services that we do rely on. But remember what this is all about. The Democrats are demanding $1 trillion to extend the COVID-era Obamacare subsidies. That's their demand. They want to spend. They're demanding that Donald Trump come to the table and add $1 trillion to the spending package when we're already $38 trillion in national debt. So, and as you guys and I have talked about many times, we spend more just to pay the interest on our national debt every year than we spend on the entire budget of the Pentagon. And Democrats want to spend even more and send us into debt and cause that those kind of issues as well. But COVID's been over for a long time. We don't need to extend COVID-era Obamacare subsidies. We need to be fiscally responsible, and that's what Donald Trump is fighting for.
How long could they hold out? Like, what's the timeline? What do you think?
Well, I think there's a lot of considerations here. They think that the longer they wait, you go into open enrollment season, and healthcare premiums start going up. They want people to be hurt so that they can claim some kind of victory. But something like a government shutdown, I mean, who feels the pain politically? When Democrats feel the pain because people are saying enough is enough, that's when it will come to an end. So, but I think they want Donald Trump to. They want to pin the blame on Donald Trump. It's not working. They want this to be disruptive and painful for everybody but themselves. Chuck Schumer is saying things on the floor about how this gets better for Democrats every day. Well, that's thumbing his nose at the American people and just completely ignoring the pain that this causes to the people who matter most. The most important federal government employees are those who wear the uniform, and they're the ones who are going to suffer the most because of Chuck Schumer and the Democrats.
Speaking with Senator Jim Banks here on the Hammer and Nigel show. Senator, speaking of those who wear the uniform, I got to be honest, I love these attacks on the narco boats, the narco terrorists, the drug boats coming from Venezuela, maybe parts of Colombia. I told Nigel, if there were a red zone channel of just these drug boats getting blown up, I'd sit down and watch that bad boy for hours. But what's wild is you got people on social media and even members of Congress who have become team Venezuelan drug dealers just because it's something the Donald Trump administration is doing.
Yeah, even some Republicans who are crying out and who are upset about it and want Donald Trump to knock it off. I'm just like you. I say, have at it. I mean, Donald Trump's Article 2 powers give him the most important thing that the commander-in-chief does is to keep the homeland safe and secure, and that's what he's doing by taking out these narco-terrorists who are flooding America with drugs that are killing Americans, killing the American people. So I'm all for it. I believe what he and Secretary Hegseth are doing. By the way, they're moving 15 to 20% of the United States Navy into the Caribbean to do this. And we need a bigger, stronger United States Navy that Donald Trump is focused on building that's versatile enough to beat China, but also to go to places like the Caribbean and keep America safe right here at home. And I'm all for what they're doing. I'm never going to complain about that.
Senator Jim Banks on the Hammer and Nigel show. Last weekend, the No Kings protests taking place. I find it odd that these people that are out there that protesting billionaires, we don't like the rich, we don't like billionaires, but yet the No Kings protests are being funded by billionaires. Along with that, Donald Trump. It was all... we hate Donald Trump. We hate billionaires. What was the point of those protests last weekend, and were they effective?
Yeah, I'm laughing because you see these people dressed in costumes and their ridiculous signs and just all of it. I mean, there's so much irony and hypocrisy on the left, and their marketing really sucks. I mean, the No Kings marketing. I mean, I don't know, guys, but I'm not very intimidated by it. Neither is President Trump. I mean, if we really did have a king, he would be rounding up all these people and throwing them in jail for protesting against them. And yet we live in the greatest country in the history of the world where you can protest and you can even look ridiculous when you're doing it, like these No Kings protesters do. That's what makes this country great, and I don't think most people. I mean, the CNN, MSNBC, all these left-wing outlets are trying to make this sound like this was some massive protest, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not feeling it. Indiana stands with President Trump. He's keeping America safe and secure, securing our border, making us economically secure once again as well. There's a lot at stake here, and I fully support what President Trump is doing. They can't even explain what they can't even explain what it means. What is the No King? These protesters and left wingers, they can't even explain what it means. So it's hard for me to explain what it means either.
You're right. And the marketing was bad. And if you have a lot of people, that's fine. But if it's a lot of people dressed as cartoon characters walking around in diapers, you're not going to win anybody over, right? That's kind of feels like it defeats the purpose. Speaking of ridiculousness, I have seen so many people just losing their minds that Donald Trump's doing construction at the White House. Now, Senator, I'm old enough to remember when Barack Obama built the basketball court over the tennis courts. Construction at the White House isn't anything new, but because Donald Trump wants to do it, it's become like DEFCON 5.
Yeah, if it was any other president, all these Democrats and talking heads would be for it. But Donald Trump is a builder. I mean, I actually was at the White House this week. I saw the construction in progress, and this ballroom is going to be beautiful. And I believe I would bet my Starbucks card that J.D. Vance is going to be the next president, and he and his family are going to live in the White House, and they're going to love it. And then hopefully Marco Rubio is the president after that, and his family is going to love it. And maybe in 20 or 30 years, maybe another Democrat will get elected to the White House again. If he does, it'll be because their party isn't crazy and nuts like they are today. Then that Democrat family is going to love it too. I mean, this is a great addition that's going to make the White House more beautiful, and these big events that would be hosted in this ballroom, like state dinners and other events like that, they're going to appreciate it, and they're going to praise Donald Trump for it in the future. But they're going to complain about it right now because that's how crazy they are. I've seen the plans for it. By the way, I've been in the renovated Rose Garden 3 or 4 times now, including this week for lunch, and it's beautiful as well. I mean, this is something President Trump has a real talent for. And before he was president, all the same people who complain about him today would hang out with them and enjoy Mar-a-Lago and all the Trump hotels, the Trump properties, Trump Tower in New York. I mean, this guy has a real talent for building beautiful buildings, and he's making the White House an even more beautiful and special place than what it was before. And I think in the future they're not going to complain about it in the future because they're going to like it.
Right. And the thing that we've talked about is it's not like Trump is going to be taking this with him when he leaves. This is there for like everybody to use.
And he's paying for it.
Right.
Yeah, I like some of the memes online of like the Trump Tower and on top of the White House.
I saw that.
The Trump name on top of it, and I mean these Democrats they're just crazy. What a dumb thing to complain about at a time like this. And by the way, it's all being privately funded. Not a single taxpayer dollar is going into doing that. When all the renovations from Obama and other presidents were publicly funded, taxpayer dollars, just privately funded. And it's going to make the White House even better.
Senator, last thing here before we let you go. We want to be respectful of your time, but pretty big debate about changing the congressional map here in Indiana. I know J.D. Vance, the vice president's been here a couple of times. We believe a phone call from President Trump has come in. Hearing a lot of chatter that the Senate Republicans here don't have the votes to do this. They can't get on the same page. I'm just curious as to your perspective on all of this.
Well, I saw Mitch Daniels' editorial on the Washington Post, which is an interesting place to speak to Hoosiers. But he and Pete Buttigieg and all these Democrats, they hate Donald Trump. So because Donald Trump's for it, they hate that they're pushing for it. You saw the Democrats in Virginia announce today that they're going to redraw the maps. Democrats in Virginia to create more Democrat districts in Virginia. California is redistricting to create more Democrat districts in California. And then you go back and look at what the Democrats did to manipulate the census to create more Democrat congressional districts and give them the edge. It's hard for me to understand why anybody would be against the Indiana legislature going through a legal process to redraw the districts so that a Republican state like Indiana has more representation, better representation in Washington, D.C., and that's what Donald Trump is calling for. I mean, playing by the rules. And J.D. Vance, when I was with him, I flew with J.D. a couple of weeks ago to Indiana. He made this case, all for a constitutional amendment that says that you can only draw the districts every 10 years. But we don't have that, and the Democrats are playing games, and they're They're doing this to create an advantage for them. And what's going to happen if Mitch Daniels and Pete Buttigieg and the Indiana Democrat Party get their way and they don't redraw the district lines and Democrats win the majority in the House of Representatives? What are they going to do for the next 2 years? They're going to impeach Donald Trump again. I think that's what they all want. They're going to impeach Donald Trump. They're going to disrupt the progress that we're making for our country. That's what these people. There's a reason the Democrats don't want this to happen in Indiana, because they know that that this time we've caught on to their games and their shenanigans, and in Indiana there's a real case to make to do it.
Senator Jim Banks, enjoy your time back home here in Indiana, and we'll chat again soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
The deals are happening at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. That's where you get your next Ford car, truck, electric vehicle, or fleet vehicle. More savings, more selection, and more for your trade. Drive off in a new Ford F-150 for 3.9% APR, or lease for $401 a month. It's your choice. You can get a new Bronco Sport for just $381 a month. Get more before it's gone. And routine maintenance plans are available to keep things simple and convenient. And don't forget, get more to your door. Just shop online, and Andy Moore will deliver directly to you. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. For your car, for your truck, for your fleet vehicle, and of course, that service. Just go to AndyMooreFord.com, set up your service, they'll pick up your car, take perfect care of it, and bring it right back to you. Andy Moore Ford, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield. Stop into the showroom and tell them Tony Katz sent you, or online at AndyMooreFord.com. That's Andy Moore, M-O-H-R. AndyMooreFord.com.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis has been a local, family-owned and operated business for nearly 50 years and helps keep central Indiana's economy strong by employing over 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis stands by their products and services while they share and embrace our conservative values. So when you have garage door problems, call them today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis, 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
Snap it. Send it. Hear it. Your photos, your video, your voice on WIBC. Join the text club by texting WIBC to 317-239-9393.
All right, Matt Bear, what's up?
Yeah, Hammer southbound 6570 stop traffic, north split down to the south split. That's because of construction. A delay time right now, 6 minutes. Inbound 65, stop and go from 29th to Meridian. Eastbound 70 on a 5-minute delay from Belmont into the south split. Northbound 65 slow before Raymond into the south split because of construction. North side crash. Westbound 465 exiting to southbound 865. Front of the line starting to clear out, still stop and go. Back to 31 Meridian. Boone County. Southbound 65 jammed after State Road 267 down to Whitestown Parkway. Crash on the west side, westbound Crawfordsville Road at High School Road. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with a qualifying purchase of new catering or luxury vinyl through November 15th. Go to drexelin.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
55 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Top stories next.
Everybody.